The following is a CBC Sports presentation.
The Smurfs, wounded and almost worn out, are back on Broadway, but their Broadway show, which opened so successfully against Philadelphia, may close tonight against the Islanders. The critics have called the Smurf show fast-paced. They give performers like Hedberg and Pavlich rave reviews, but they say the supporting cast will have to play perfectly tonight if the final curtain is going to be avoided.
Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Molson, bringing you the finest in hockey broadcasting for 25 years. Canadian Tire. There's more to Canadian Tire than tires. Canadian National, in business for Canada. Esso, responding to your needs makes us better. You make us better. And by Ford of Canada. At Ford, quality is job one right down the line.
When you think of New York City, you think of Times Square and show business. And just 4 hours ago, it was showtime for the big Ringling Brothers Circus here at Madison Square Garden in New York. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brian McFarlane, and now it's time for these little rascals to take over center stage. Or should we make that center ice for tonight's big game with the New York Islanders? A battle of the Rangers and the Islanders is always a good one. The Smurfs, of course, are the Rangers, and they're the underdogs, or the under-Smurfs, because with a long list of injuries to key players, men like Mike Rogers, the Maloney brothers, Mike Allison, Ron Greshner, Nick Botillo, and others, their chances of prolonging this series are slim indeed. But they've pulled off some great games already in the playoffs, so stay tuned. And staying tuned at our control center tonight is Dave Hodge. He's looking in on the Buffalo-Boston game, so let's check in on that, Dave, now for a Stanley Cup playoff update.
Well, if the New York Rangers are trying to come back from the dejection of a 7-2 loss in Game 5, the Buffalo Sabres are trying to recover from absolute humiliation. A 9-0 defeat at the Boston Garden on Wednesday night, and tonight back home at the Buffalo Memorial Auditorium, the Sabres are not doing so well. They are down 2-0 already, midway through the first period of play. We will show you the first Boston goal. It is Brad Park shooting, Sauvé the save, and Park going to his own rebound. Following up a Tom Fergus goal to put the Bruins ahead by 2. So things look bad for the Sabres in their bid to extend that series to a 7th and deciding game. Boston 2 and Buffalo 0. We'll return with the Stanley Cup playoffs in just a moment.
To go.
With the works, introducing the special Street Smart Capri. For $500 less, you get everything on it. Sport performance seats, leather-wrapped wheel, tinted glass, two-tone paint, and stripes.
Plus a great flip-up roof.
The Street Smart Capri, priced $500 less.
How street it is.
Capri.
I'll have one.
The special Capri at your Mercury dealers. At this price, hurry. They're going fast.
We're back at Madison Square Garden in New York. Brian McFarlane with Danny Gallivan and Don Cherry. And we had a standing ovation a moment ago for the New York Rangers when they came out, and a few boos for the Islanders, Don. Now your pregame comments.
Well, it's that crowd out there. We had the circus in this afternoon with the animals. Few animals out there in that crowd. This crowd can get them going. But the teams, when they come in here, what they want to do, pop in a couple of quick goals and get the crowd on the Rangers.
Speaking of the crowd, you came up through the crowd with me, and I always thought Ron Duguay was the most popular guy in New York. Boy, you've got a following here.
What can I tell you? They know class around here, I'll tell you. Going to be a tough game. What excitement around here, though. Smurfs all over.
Great playoff excitement building up here. We're just moments away. The referee tonight, Wally Harris. What bearing will he or might he have on the outcome here?
Oh, the Islanders are going to like that. Wally lets the game is decided all the time on the ice, not in the penalty box. And a big, tough team like the Islanders like that because he's not throwing them off for chintzy penalties here and there. The Islanders will like Wally tonight.
I saw you talking to Al Arbor, the Islander coach, moments before they went out for their warm-up. Did he give you a little insight into what might happen?
Well, no, actually, you want to know what we talked about?
Yeah.
We talked about Mike McEwen, if you want to know. Yeah. Mike McEwen put in the paper yesterday that Al Arbor and Bill Torrey were liars. And I said, you're a better man than I am, Gunga Din, to get something out of him. What can I tell you? So that's what we talked about.
And Mike McEwen is not playing tonight, obviously.
I don't know whether he is or not. I don't know what I would have done. I strangled the guy because all he did was stay on the ice too long. I don't know what I would have done if he had said I was a liar.
Okay, the goaltenders tonight. Mio, who has played very well at times in this series, and Billy Smith, who is a great money player. We'll have to get to that in a moment. I see they're ready for the national anthem. We'll get back to you.
These guys are ready.
Okay, Dan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed.
Officials for tonight's game. We have Finn and Stickle, the linesman, Wally Harris, the referee. And we're going to have a look at the goalies in just a moment or two. Okay, Wally, I think we've had enough of you and your friends. Now we're going to go to the goalies. There's Billy Smith. Hey, John, they say he's a money goalie. What does that mean?
Well, they tell me he's not playing that well, but Rangers haven't had that many shots, so we don't know. He's still a little jittery, but he's the best goaltender so far in the playoffs, so figure that one out.
And here's a fellow who was outstanding in the game on Wednesday night in Long Island. 9 wins, 5 losses, 3.82, Eddie Mio. So for the New York Islanders, we're going to have a line of Keller in left wing, Trotzy at center, Bossy on the right wing, and for the New York Rangers, McClanahan, Pavlich, and Hedberg. Pearson is on defense along with Potvin for the Islanders, and this game, which could be the final one in this series, is underway. There's Bossy going in. Beck failed to clear it out, a backhand shot, and that was wide, taken by Trottier. This could be a terribly spirited battle, as has most of the series so far. Now the New York Rangers to the attack. Rotsalainen hitting the line over on the left side for Hedberg. Right in! And Pavlich negotiated just partial contact. Had he been able to get his stick on that pass solidly, he had the open side of the net. Now the Rangers, the Smurfs, they have it. Captain Beck back at the line. Twisting and turning was Laidlaw, and the teams have made changes while the play goes on. Into the center ice area, the Rangers start down. In on the line. Johnstone winds up for the hot shot, right on, and Smith makes the save.
Well, this crowd in here is really up for this one tonight, Grapes. There are your scratches for tonight's game, Danny. Pick them up there.
Baudelaire, Gillies, Langevin, and Halim for the Islanders. Freshner, Allison, Portillo, Dave Maloney, Contos, and Rogers. So we have the battle-scarred Rangers out there in every sense. And on the left side, Kleinendorf. Sounds like a river in Ireland. On left wing, number 3, he's the newcomer. Here come the Islanders down on the right side. A Sutter shot. Rebound. Knocked into the corner. We have the Sutters out there, and there was a glove pass. We have the Sutters along with Bourne, and what a goal Bourne scored the other night as we look at Neil, and now the coach,
Al Arbor, I was talking to him before the game, like you said. I told him he's never lost a game in the playoffs when I've shook his hand, but he hasn't lost many games in the playoffs.
So the Islanders, Morrow fires a shot. That one off the stick. Rangers clearing it back into the corner. Rangers must win tonight. Now at the line. And it's called on the offside.
Again, you'll see now of some referees, that would have been a penalty, but not Wally. Wally lets them play the game the way they should. Can I say something? What Herb Brooks said in the paper today, this series so far is a psychological roller coaster. Your errors must be of commission, not omission. What's that mean, Brian?
I think you could explain it as well as anybody, Grapes. I think you just did.
I'm not surprised that comes from Brooks. He has a degree in psychology. You need psychology to coach? Now here come the Islanders. Nystrom, number 23. Nystrom plays his best hockey in the playoffs, and there's a fella dashing up on the right side. In over the line, Duguay. He hops into the corner, got by Potvin. It's centered right out in front. And McPhee, number 37, missed a glorious scoring opportunity. They may be hurting, but the New York Rangers have plenty of zip. They fire it in there, and Lane cleared it out over the line. There's Chartra, who has a new lease on life. With the New York Rangers to Beck, he cleared it to center. The Islanders bringing it back in over the line. And it's called on the offside.
Right across. I don't think he had a chance. Lane had him covered all the way. Now watch when it comes across. He'd made a shot, but I don't think it was that close at all. Watch, he had no shot to that shot. He was going, and Lane had him tied up all the way, Danny. No way.
John, that was within inches.
No, feet, or centimeters, or whatever they call it.
Let's go to Dave Hodge now with a Stanley Cup update.
We'll show you the Tom Fergus goal, which has put the Boston Bruins up 2-0. Goaltending has been a problem for Buffalo in this series, and it still is. Bob Sauvé, after guiding the victory over Montreal, has had his problems. Boston 2, Sabres nothing.
The puck is in the Ranger zone. They lug it up. They have Conacher, a newcomer, 32. He's going in there. His name is Charlie Conacher. And that will bring back nostalgic memories to hockey fans in the 30s, the name Charlie Conacher. This young man comes from Edmonton. Now into the corner. It's Mio clearing it behind the net, playing it up. The Islanders slash it back in there. There's Keller to the other side. Anderson is on for the New York Rangers. In over the line comes Anderson. He feeds it in front. Ruotsalainen had moved up. Now he goes back to the defense. And finally to the Rangers bench. There's no score in this hockey game, and the Islanders lugging it in over the line. And looking at Johnson, it's swung over on the other side by Bourne. There's Brent Sutter jammed in on the boards, his brother Dwayne, and the Rangers down on the right side. In over the line, McClanahan, Hedberg getting in front. Pavley swings to the wing. And now the Islanders get possession. Digging diligently down to the line, Klotzman, and he wrapped it off a leg, and it was called on the offside.
From Madison Square Garden, this is Stanley Cup 83 on CBC.
Over the years, your changing fuel needs have caused changes in us.
Morning, Joe. Time for gasoline.
In 1939, Esso introduced their new premium.
Esso Extra, please.
With the post-war car boom, the need for gasoline grew. Then came lower-cost self-serve.
Fill her up. Yes, sir.
Unleaded gasoline.
Premium unleaded, please.
Diesel. And down the road, propane and future fuels. Anticipating your needs makes us better.
You make us better, you do. Esso.
And there we get a look at Brent Sutter, the Islander leading 2-0. Don Cherry Middleton has been outstanding in that series.
Ricky Middleton is the best two-way hockey player in hockey.
Now in there goes Pearson. Puck is loose. The Islanders getting possession. Potvin. He hits Dwayne Sutter. Sutter makes the next move. Fires it in front. Now the puck is still loose. And the Rangers playing it into the corner. McClanahan is on there with Pavlich and Hedberg. Hedberg takes the pass, gets by a check. McClanahan has it, cutting in there, and he slides it wide. What nimble work by Hedberg. A ballet dancer in every sense. Here's the little guy. Pavlich across the line. Hedberg getting in front, and he hit the side of the net. Pressure by the Rangers. They clear it back in there, a wide shot. The Islanders, the reigning Stanley Cup champions. They play it coolly. Nystrom coming in over the line, trying to slip through the defense. And he's hauled down by Chartrand. Chartrand was not going to let him go through there, Don.
Two tough hockey players there.
Now here's Goring, perpetual motion in over the line to Nystrom. A weak shot. And now Fatorik feeds it on the far right side. Rangers penetrating into New York territory. Goro strides in there. And the Islanders breaking to center. However, chasing it and forced back is Goring. There's no score in the hockey game. 5 minutes and 24 seconds have gone by in the first period. Baker, there he is, number 6. He's on, I think, for the first time. Cleared it ahead. It'll not be icing, but that's an opportunity for the Rangers to make changes. Pretty good pace, Don.
Good pace, they're going good. That's Wally Harris letting them play. There'll be no dives. Ron Duguay is the adorable.
The next Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from New York City.
Somebody hears he's got a problem.
Somebody's worried about his dough.
Somebody hopes it's nothing major.
I know where to go.
Need somebody. Come to Speedy.
A clamp. A simple clamp. And they didn't even charge me. Speedy took me straight to the problem and not to the cleaners.
Need somebody, Speedy. Come to Speedy. Place to go. Need somebody, Speedy. Come to Speedy. Place to go. Need somebody.
Now the Islanders starting off. Rossier over to Bossy. He'll get hit for a wicked shot. There it is! Big save by Emil. Bossy unloading that. Rossier. His pass intended for Bossy was tipped away. A penalty. I think it'll go against Rossier for a hooking.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from New York City.
Thousands of Canadians go to work for CN every day. These people are responsible for running our businesses efficiently. In today's tough times, it isn't always easy. But it's more important than ever. Because the more efficient we are, the better we can serve Canada today and in the future. And that's good business for all of us. CN, in business for Canada.
Brian Trottier got it for hooking. The reason Brian Trottier got that penalty is not 100%. He could not catch up to him because of his knee. And if you do an obvious penalty like that, Wally will carry it.
This is known as the Expressway Series. We have great competitions in sport in the New York area. The Mets and the Yankees. As we look there at young McPhee, we have the Knicks and the Mets. Nothing more intense at this time of the year than the Islanders and the Rangers. Rangers now on the power play. They can't get anywhere against Potvin at center. Good forechecking there by Goring. And Goring, an outstanding penalty killer, always a threat when he's killing penalties that he might score. Potvin clearing it down the ice. Tell us now about this Rangers power play. What must they do?
Not very good. The last 12 power plays they've had, they haven't scored. The Islanders are the best in the league killing penalty. Very aggressive.
Now here's McPhee over the line. He centered it. Smith very coolly gave it to Bourne. And in the penalty, 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining. Now Pavlich over the line with Hedberg, who has it. Hedberg had it on an offside.
You know, a lot of people say, who are the penalty killers all the time? They always mention the two forwards. They never mention the defense. It's the defense that kills the penalties. Forwards are out there just causing a little havoc and all the time. They never mention the two defensemen.
Good point, Grapes. Also, I wanted to ask you if the momentum may just... This may be the point where we watch it closely. The Rangers came out flying. Is there a tendency after 5 or 7 minutes to slow down or drop it off just a bit?
And what they were doing is playing desperate. The Islanders were holding their position. Bossy's was the best shot of the night.
Now the Islanders tying up the Rangers. However, Baker is going to ignite a power play attack. Up on the left side, Fatorik. He was supposed to be out for the year. Of amazing recuperative powers hockey players have when it's playoff time.
Hey, a long summer.
Now here's Bourne. Bourne cutting around the net. Spectacular work by Bourne in a penalty-killing role with 28 seconds remaining. The Rangers have not been dangerous on this power play. And that is a tribute to the defensive work of the Islanders. Morrow shoved his man Johnstone. Johnstone in the corner, dropping it back to the line. Kleinendorf moves in there. Now it's into the slot area. And again, the Islanders roll it to center. So the penalty now has expired on a very feeble power play by the New York Rangers. But on the positive side, high marks for the Islanders in the killing of penalty alignment they had out there. Now here's Captain Beck clearing it to the line. McPhee, back it goes to Beck. He winds up with a shot. That changed direction wide. Bouncing into the corner, Anderson. Duguay in there. McPhee is number 37. He bumped his man. Rangers look better now that they haven't got the advantage. Now McPhee dropping it back. Here's Mary. Ahead to Nystrom. Nystrom rolled it in over the line, and he flattened Duguay in the process. 10 minutes and 38 seconds, the time remaining in the first period. And the shots on goal are not too impressive. Now here come the Rangers, overskating it at the circle and then chopping it in was Lemonin, and back to center. Rangers go to the attack again. Haller is on the ice, cleared it out on the left side. Rangers can't get it against Nystrom. Nystrom is pulled over by Conacher. Now into the corner on the boards they go. The Islanders in temporary procession. Comes to the line, out over the line. And is lugged by Laidlaw down on the right side, hitting the Islanders line. Runs into defenseman Lane. They both went down. And here come the Islanders winding up for a hot shot from that left side. And it was right on the target off the stick of Keller. Here's Lane. And now with Bossy. Bossy follows in after the long shot by Lane. Hedberg leading it to center. 4 Rangers coming down over the line. There it is, a shot from that circle there by Hedberg. Hedberg has been fairly dangerous on at least 2 occasions for the New York Rangers tonight. Back at the line, Ruotsalainen. Over on this side, it goes to Beck. He tipped it gently into the center ice area for Hedberg. Ahead on the left side, and it's called offside.
With the score, the Islanders nothing, the Rangers nothing. This is Stanley Cup '83.
Here's your golden.
Oh, now you're cooking.
You are.
You know, I think Jack really worships you.
Really?
Sure, he gave you a burnt offering.
Oh, so how'd you know we were having a barbecue?
Just follow the fire trucks.
Oh.
These homegrown tomatoes?
Yeah, except for Mary. She's from the West Coast.
You sure got a lot of friends.
Mine. I thought they were yours.
What a great way to open a party.
All you gotta say is golden.
In Buffalo, the Sabres have scored, ending Pete Peters' shutout streak at 113 minutes, 28 seconds. Phil Housley with the Bruins 2 men short. The first period is over. Boston 2 and Buffalo 1.
9 9 minutes remaining. There's a shot, a drifting shot by Potvin. He centered it. Sutter was covered, checked effectively, lugging it off to Torek. He shoots it down there. Rangers going in there. That speed by the right winger. Johnstone eliminated a potential icing call. Now the Islanders hitting the line. They're over the line. Sutter is getting in front. The two Sutters out there along with Bourne. Rangers picking it up on the left side. Working it into the center ice area. Over the line. Now Johnstone clearing it. Satorik was covered. Back on the boards. They play it to the line. There's the shot block. Rangers picking it up over on this side to Beck. Beck a screen shot. Knocked down in front by Pearson. And out come the Islanders. Brent Sutter slapping it in. Both teams will now make changes while the play goes on. And the tempo, which was very fast starting the game, has slowed down a bit. Here's McPhee with Duguay. Duguay back to McPhee, and it's cleared up by Morrow. Back into the center ice area, digging in. That is Pinelli. He's ever dangerous. Comes up with a lot of big goals. But this time, Duguay brings it to center, lost it. McPhee hops over gently to the other side, dropping it back to Duguay, a drifting shot. Rangers go in there to get possession. Nystrom bodying his man along the line. McPhee flips it high. Duguay is after. Duguay a backhand. He scores!
Backman from the corner, right out to Duguay in front. There's the shot en route to Billy Smith. 1-0. The Rangers take the lead.
Now watch this. Watch what happens. Morrow screens Smith. You can't go down like that on two knees and just take a half-hearted block. He did not see the puck, and you can't see it. You can't stop it. Nice goal along the ice, perfect.
Well, he had a rather average season, Ron Duguay, but he's coming up with some big plays here in the playoffs.
Yes, he'll be modeling more genes on Monday.
He's got a lot. He says he really likes New York, the single fellow, but when he gets married, he's going to go to Sudbury, live in Sudbury.
Oh, the bright lights of Sudbury will get him, too.
And there's a guy from Sudbury, Alger Arbor or Arbour?
Arbour. No, it's Al Arbor.
It's Al Arbor.
Al Arbor. Great coach.
You know, this fellow is an exciting hockey player. When he starts out and that hair goes flying, not too many people playing without the headgear. You like him because of that?
Well, I can't get into that again. It's something. I'm just telling you, he's got 19 goals this year, and he's got $200,000. And I'd like to know the advertising he gets. He had a plastic hat on. Forget it.
That's fairly good return, $200,000 for 19 goals.
What's that work out to, Danny? 10,000 a goal?
Well, you're right in there. That's 190. You're very sharp in mathematics in this series. There are the Rangers starting out. They clear it through center down. On the left side goes Conager. Conager can't get it. He belted his man, Lane. Here come the Islanders. Merrick is over the line, swinging it in there. On the other side in the corner, Gilbert, number 17, is on. His pass is gobbled up by Conager. On the left side for the New York Rangers, going in there is Lennon. And you notice that Lennon tonight is playing at center. He ordinarily does not do that. But because of the manpower shortage, the Rangers are having makeshift alignment. So far, they're doing very well.
The reason that the Islanders are having trouble in New York's end is the wingers of the Rangers are playing out very high on the points, and they can't pass it back.
And it's Bossy. He's forced to shoot it in. You notice there that 4 Rangers were strewn across the line, meaning that those forwards were coming back. And you have to have that. Don Terry told me that once. Now the Rangers coming back in, and Trottier dances gently into the center ice area over the line, and drop pass. Here's Bossy. Bossy getting set. He takes the shot. He takes the shot. And a great glove right there by Neal. I wonder, was that off limit?
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in a moment.
Ford is first to offer buyers triple choice. That means
a choice of 10.9% financing.
Or an automatic transmission at no extra cost.
Or a $300 check direct from Ford on Lynx and Escort.
Or a $500 check on LN7, EXP, Mustang, and Capri.
take your pick of this sporty pack. Then choose your buyer's triple choice. See your participating Ford or Mercury dealer for details today. He'll give you quality, value, and choice right down the line.
That was some of the best playmaking there, Grapes, the Islanders have shown us in this period. Trotche and Bossy.
I think it was off the net, though. They've got to get a guy in front of Neal. Neal's averaging over 40 shots a game. That tells me that he's seeing a lot of shots.
Face off. That is the Rangers zone. There's the fellow who has scored the goal in this game. Coming out gingerly and playing it up on the left side to center. Maloney is on there with Duguay, along with Johnstone. Sutter, there's a shot. That definitely would have been wide. It was grabbed, held long enough by Mio. Mio is another one of these collegiate players. Came out of Colorado University. You know something about that country down there.
Yes, I do. It's a nice country.
Good hockey there at the university.
Oh, yeah. They, Ralph Backman's there. There's Neal. He's averaging, I figured it out, 45 shots a game. That's almost as bad as Paul Matera in the playoffs. And when you're like that, you can... If he gets hot, he can't get any hotter than that. Guys can take you a long way.
The Islanders are out shooting the Rangers 7-5. Rangers leading 1-0. A weak backhand shot a mile wide by Morrow. Johnstone. Now here's Bourne. Sutter getting in front, and Bourne from an almost impossible angle elected to shoot it. There's Bourne going after Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen clearing it down on the right side. Bourne got it back from defenseman Johnson. Bourne over on this side to Morrow. What's wrong with each of these teams?
Very inconsistent. Both coaches have said that in the paper. They can't figure them out. Great one game, terrible the next.
Now Fatorik, a long lead pass to center. Rangers, Johnstone fighting for possession with Goring. Here is Lane. Lane is forced back by Back. In there goes Persson, back over to Lane. Goring turning at the line. Nystrom is on the right side. Tonelli on the other wing. In behind the net. Here's Nystrom. What a great playoff producer he is. Back to Persson. There's the shot. Right on. The rebound. Another shot. And it's blocked there by Neal. Goring had an outstanding scoring opportunity. Goring over on the other side to Lane, and he ripped the shot right at Neal. Neal, brilliant. Live from Madison Square Garden, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Whatever your idea of camping is, you'll find valuable tips and information in Coleman's Camping Guide to the Great Outdoors. See your Coleman dealer for great times this summer.
Face off to the right of Neal. Here you are, Don.
Now watch this here save. Nice save by Neal, but watch Duguay. Watch Duguay now. I'll tell you, there's a goal right there. Saved a goal, Ron Duguay.
The Rangers now are being outshot 12-5. That was an outstanding offensive flurry by the Islanders. But the only goal of the period by Duguay, who has great stardom for him. There's their shot right on. That shot was taken by Bossy. And Mio looks as if it's going to be hot again tonight. And that's what you have to have in the playoffs. And Mike Bossy says, well, it's happening so far. And there, Bossy has scored more points in the playoffs. 2 years ago, he had 35, but Middleton might break that this year.
Well, the way Middleton's going, like I said, the best two-way hockey player in the league. But, you know, to go anywhere in the Stanley Cup playoffs, you have to have a sniper like Bossy. Remember last year what he did to Vancouver? One shot in the net. You have to have him.
Now back at his own line, Janssen gives it to Trottier over on the other side. Here's Keller in under the corner area, trying to center it. Havlich couldn't clear it out. Bossy has it, making some splendid moves along the boards. Bumped by Laidlaw. Into the corner goes a shot now by Bossy. Big save by Mio. Pressure there by Keller, Trottier, and Bossy. Kleinendorf hits the line, makes a move, hands it off. Here's Havlich clearing it right out in front. A scramble in front of the net. And it's taken out of the way by Trottier. Long lead pass. Down the ice it goes. There to pick it up is Hedberg, and he gets it out to McClanahan, who lost it. Hot back. In on the right side to Sutter, a rising shot. Through Otsalainen from the corner, rink-wide pass goes to Koniger. Koniger trying to get some skating room on the left side, jammed out of the play by Brent Sutter. Now Dwayne Sutter in for Bourne. Bourne jammed in on the boards by Beck. Brent Sutter is held in on the boards. The play is stopped with 2:33 remaining in the opening period.
There's Bob Bourne, 2 goals, 10 assists. Did he do a number on Ruotsalainen the last game? The players, that's all they're talking about. Havlich coming in, nice move, and go by. Should have taken the body there. Good shot on net here. Nice save by Billy Smith. Billy's going down a little, but he always seems to be there. The players, that's all they've been talking about. It's the greatest goal they've seen, that one that Bourne walked around Ruotsalainen.
Now the puck loose in front, and it's blocked by Mion. Rangers starting out quickly. Koniger on the left side. He carried it. And there you saw it went dangerously through the lip of the crease. Here's in the corner along the boards to the other side. There's Potvin laying it to the line, not out. Rangers tipping it in front. Koniger going in, playing it around the net. This line is supposed to be a checking line for the New York Rangers, but they showed a fair amount of offensive power there. Here's Sutter, Brent Sutter coming in, and finally the offside whistle sounds. And these Sutter boys are outstanding hockey players, Don Cherry.
Sutter, and Bourne, the best line they've got so far. You noticed the last time when Beck went in on Bourne and really creamed him, the crowd hollered. Actually, what he did for you young hockey players, he saw that giant coming in, he got right up against it close. Dennis Potvin, our first intermission guest, had a tough year.
A minute and 55 seconds. That is the time remaining in the opening period. The only scoring has been executed by the Rangers. Duguay getting the goal. The Islanders with a huge margin in shots on goal. Now the Rangers coming in again. Morrow knocked down a high pass. Goring in over the line to the other side. Pinelli ripped the shot. Puck loose. And Neal. That blast almost carried him back into the net.
But you see, Danny, where they're shooting. There's John Pinelli. What they're doing now, watch where the shot comes from. This is exactly where the defense wants all shots. From the outside there, he comes out, cuts the angle. That's where you want. You do not want those shots from in center ice. This is blocked.
So Mio's getting set for the face-off, which is to his right. He has to watch Tonelli, number 27, Nystrom, 23 particularly. They're right in front there. The Rangers get the draw. That is Big Chartrand clearing it through center. Picking it up. Janssen knocking it ahead. The Rangers are on it, down on the left side. Laidlaw, Tatorik in front, and the pass goes back to center. Here is Chartrand dumping it ahead. Rangers on the left side with McClanahan. He couldn't get anywhere. Pinelli over to Nystrom, the rugged right winger Nystrom taken out of the play by Laidlaw. There's Chartrand now to the other side from the corner. The Rangers shoot it down the ice. Less than a minute remaining with Tatorik doing some forechecking along with McClanahan and Hedberg. However, shaking off the forechecking and coming to center, the Islanders, they chopped it in there. That was Morrow who cleared it in. Rangers, McClanahan up on the left side. The winger was going the other way. That was Pavlich. The puck down the ice, and it is icing against the New York Rangers. We have 25 seconds remaining. You were alluding to Middleton a moment ago. I understand after he had that big game in Boston, he went on Boston radio and he said, I am what I am as a hockey player today because of Don Cherry, and you, in your native modesty, will no doubt accept that.
Oh, absolutely, and he's absolutely right. Do you see what Herb Brooks is doing on the face-offs? Ron Duguay goes out, takes every face-off. Takes every face-off in the end. No matter if he just finished a 2-minute shift, he's the guy because he's great on those face-offs. He has not lost a face-off tonight.
From the corner was shot to the side of the net, out in front. Picked off by Hedberg into the center ice area. A pass for Pavlich, and the Islanders broke that one up easily. Persson around the net, clearing it to the other side. McClanahan got it, tried to center it. The Islanders stopped it. Now it's over on the far side, and this is the end of the period. And much to the delight of the Ranger fans, the Rangers are in front. And so the score at the end of the first period, the Rangers won, and the Islanders no score.
Boy, you sure know how to throw a party.
Well, it's on the wrist.
Hi, I just moved in next door. May I borrow a cup of golden? Thanks.
On my watch?
Do you swim a lot?
Oh, just enough to keep from drowning.
So, you're an old friend of Bob's.
Oh, sure. We go back, must be an hour.
What a great way to open a party.
All you gotta say is golden.
Teleconferencing. Welcome to today's way to hold a regular interbranch meeting without ever leaving the roost.
Everyone there? Calgary?
Because travel time is money. It's all in teleconferencing. Today's way to operate. Call toll-free 1-800-361-3050 for your free booklet. And learn how to bring your people, wherever they are, under one roof. Teleconferencing. Dial a meeting of minds without the bother of meeting.
Teleconferencing. Today's way to operate.
You wanted defense, great engine defense. So we made our motor oil better. SO Uniflow, our best motor oil. SO Uniflow gives better defense against heat, against corrosion, against engine wear. You wanted better defense, so we made a better motor oil. SO Uniflow.
You make us better, SO.
The company that has sparked more engines than any other company in the world now introduces guaranteed performance. If you don't agree that fresh Champion spark plugs make your car run better, return the plugs to Champion within 60 days, and we'll give you your money back. So no matter what kind of car you drive, get guaranteed performance from Champion, because nothing sparks like a Champion. Guaranteed.
My hat is gone.
Sunday on Fraggle Rock, Boober loses his courage because he's...
Without a hat. Where is my hat? Without
Here at Madison Square Garden in New York, the New York Rangers leading the Islanders 1-0 after one period of play, and the goal scorer was Ron Duguay. And with us now is Dennis Potvin of the New York Islanders, and it's never easy, is it?
It never is. I think as long as I can stay in this league, it's always going to be this tough.
I can remember when you got your first taste of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I guess growing up in the Hull, Ottawa area, you never even dreamed of there was no team called the Islanders then, was there? You might never have dreamed you'd been here.
Well, I just dreamt of being there, possibly as a Montreal Canadian or Toronto Maple Leaf or one of the teams that I related to, you know, being in Ottawa. But certainly not the Islanders, but I've never regretted a minute of it.
All right, the old question, how important is that first goal in a game like this?
Not too important. I think that in this series, the team who scored the first goal hasn't necessarily won the game or played very well, you know, throughout the course of the game. I think in our position, we just want to know that, you know, we're starting to get our legs. We're going to move the puck a little bit. We have to do a little more hitting. There's a lot of things we didn't do out there that we have to do, and 40 minutes is plenty of hockey to get a few goals.
But, Denny, throughout the season, I've heard Islanders say that. You know, we've got to get moving, we've got to get this going, and it just never seemed to click together the way it has in past seasons. You feel it's starting to come now in the playoffs?
Well, possibly because there's nothing else to say, you know. When things aren't working well, you just try and go back to the basics. But we've had the kind of season, you know, where we played very, very well for 1 or 2 games and then played poorly for 2 more and then terribly for 1 and come back again and played well, unfortunately. And in the games we really needed, we played well. But we have to get a little more successful and get on a roll, you know, if we're going to beat the bigger clubs and beat the Rangers.
I want to ask you this, and it may be a little controversial, but what about the harmony in that dressing room over the season? We hear that McEwen popped off the other day, and from time to time we've heard that there's been a team meeting and that sort of thing. Is that just standard, or has there been a little more dissension in there than usual?
I think a lot of it stems from the fact that the players have been a little frustrated through the course of the year. You know, there's a great amount of ego that builds up when a team has as much success as we've had with so many young players and whatnot. And when things go bad, there's always certain individuals who are going to take the load. And in cases like that, we needed discussions, and that's what the discussions were about. But the season has been very tough for a New York Islander team who's won so much in the last few years.
Good answer. What about the Smurfs? Have you been just ignoring them, or have you been kidding about them, or have you been taking them as though it's something that could psychologically boost this Ranger club?
I guess we could have continued it, you know, like Philly did, or continued the Smurf ethics in a sense, but we just didn't feel, you know, it wasn't part of our kind of psyche at all, and it was something totally involving the Flyers and the Rangers, and not really us. And even in our building, if you see 1 or 2 Smurf dolls, that's plenty, you know, and they usually hang them by sticks, but we have no real interest in continuing that little psychological battle.
We'll let you get back to the dressing room. Thanks very much for joining us. Denny Potvin of the New York Islanders, 1-0. The Rangers in the lead, and Hockey Night in Canada continues in just a moment.
Oh, have you driven new Escort GT? GT of the family. Now we call your kind attention to the TR-type suspension. Escort takes off with a vengeance because of new high-output engine. 5-speed, move out, not subdued. Got the winning attitude. Have you driven Escort GT? Have you driven a Ford lately?
If we took a long-lasting Duracell battery, shaped it like this, added a high-impact handle, a flashing safety light, and a swivel head with a beam visible up to half a mile, and called it a Durabeam, what would you say?
It's gotta last.
Right, and it'll shine bright even after 2 years in storage. Durabeam, in a full range of sizes. Durabeam, powered by Duracell. To last.
When you buy a new car, you want to keep it looking new. And that's easy with Armor All Protectant. A scientific formula that took a polymer chemist 10 years to develop. It helps keep rubber, vinyl, leather, and plastic looking new. So even though you can't keep your car from getting old, you can keep it from looking old. Armor All. It's science, but it works like magic.
Goaltending great Glenn Hall was the outstanding performer in the Stanley Cup playoffs in 1968, the first year the Cup Final Series brought together the old and the new. The conclusion to the first season of expansion in the NHL saw the Montreal Canadiens and the St. Louis Blues meeting in the final series. Hall, who had joined the Blues after a superlative career with the Chicago Blackhawks, was brilliant right from Game 1 of that historic playoff year. There were many veteran performers in the St. Louis lineup, and back of the Blues bench that year was a rookie coach, Scotty Bowman. Time after time, Hall came up with tremendous saves. The Blues were obviously outmanned, yet 2 of the first 3 games in the final series went into overtime, mainly because of the work of Glenn Hall. Down 3-0 in game, St. Louis took an early lead in Game 4. But the Canadians were to prevail. The eventual cup-winning goal in that game was set up by Ralph Backstrom and scored by J.C. Tremblay. But when the game and series was over, there was no quarrel with the choice of Glenn Hall as the MVP of the playoffs and winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy. Even the Canadians were impressed, and team captain Jean Beliveau later presented Hall with the film of his tremendous playoff year of 1968.
The Smythe Trophy, one of the most coveted trophies in hockey today. Well, the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres are having a battle tonight, and Dave Hodge is watching that one, so let's go to Dave now with Stanley Cup update.
When you buy something from Canadian Tire, it's not the end of our relationship, it's the beginning. Because we know there's more to a good value than just a good price. So we stand behind our products to make sure they do what they're supposed to, for as long as they're supposed to. At Canadian Tire, we'll be there when you need us.
Night. 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 Night.
Another reason why there's a lot more to Canadian Tire than tired.
Thank you. Oh, and remember, at Holiday Inn, you get our no excuses guarantee in writing. Everything in your room will be right, or we'll make it right. No excuses, or that night you stay free. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Now, what other hotel chain gives you that guarantee? A guarantee that comes from every one of us at Holiday Inn to you, because we want to take care of you. We give you a guarantee, not excuses.
If you're as proud of your lawn as I am of mine, you want it to look perfect as a golf course. So I mow it like a pro with a Jacobson Super Bagger. It's cut as adjustable to within fractions of an inch, and the command control system is right at your fingertips. My Jacobson gives me the best looking lawn in the neighborhood. And that's not easy. When your next door neighbor is St. Andrews by the Sea, we cut the wood, we mow the lawn, we clear the snow. Nobody does the job around the home or farm like Home Light Jacobson.
Blazing in the sun. Here's one for you.
That's my kind of music.
Now that's a good start. When you're hearing that song, Molson Light has got heart. It is hard to go wrong. It's like has got heart. Molson Light has got heart. Heart.
Join the movement to Molson Light.
We don't care a fig for your computer.
It's people that count.
I demand action.
The Counselors on Hanging In Monday.
Yes, sir, I'll hold.
In Buffalo, the Bruins and Sabres are now in the second period, and the score is tied at 2-2. Early in the second period of play, Hannu Virta tied the game for the Sabres. The second rookie defenseman to score in this game for Buffalo. Phil Housley scored the first Sabre goal after Brad Park and Tom Fergus put the Bruins in front 2-0. How that goal ever got from Virta's stick into the net behind Peters is hard to say from that angle or any other, but the goal is credited unassisted to Hannu Virta. Second period action at Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo now. We switch you live to Fred Cusick and John Pearson.
Up the boards and out of the zone, and at center ice, knocked away by Virta. Big play. Park drives it back. With it, Dufour. Dufour, pass in, stopped by Mike Ramsey, playing without a stick. Blocked it, hand passed it to a teammate, and the faceoff in the Buffalo zone. And for a long stretch, the Bruins have not had a shot on Sauvé, even with the power play.
Only one other game, only one other Stanley Cup game tonight at New York. The Rangers and the Islanders. The Rangers out in front 1-0 in the second period.
Tom Fergus is out with Keith Crowder and Craig McTavish. Marty Howe and Mike O'Connell play defense. 2-2 the score. The Boston goals by Brad Park and Tom Fergus in the first period. Phil Housley for Buffalo late in the first. And Hannu Virta in the second period. Face-off is directly in front of Sauvé. Brent Peterson and Tom Fergus. 14:27 left in the second period. The shots stand even at 9 apiece. Housley gets it around the height. Brent Peterson starts it away. A lead for McKegney. Big play. Marty Howe just blocked it. Fought for. Howe clears it out, but it's taken by Height. And a fight here. Brent Peterson battling now. Nobody can get leverage. It's McTavish. Brent Peterson. So Buffalo trailing in the series, intent on banging into everybody, creating a lot of havoc. And the Kluzak-Foligno must have been 5 minutes, of course. No penalties were posted on the board. First time I've ever seen 5 for not even close to a punch thrown, just a lot of histrionics by Foligno. He was ready to show everybody he was ready to fight Kluzak, and that was about it. Out they went.
5-0. And we have, believe, 5-minute major penalties here for fighting. Peterson looks like he may be hurt on the play. He is limping to the, or trying to limp to the Buffalo dressing room, being helped by 2 players. Looks like it may be his left foot or his left leg. McTavish and Peterson went down, and McTavish fell on top of him. May have hurt his leg.
A break in the action. Let's pause for station identification.
Follow the road to the Stanley Cup with Hockey Night in Canada. Last year, we remember the success story of the Vancouver Canucks as they used the now famous terrible towels to surprise everyone and advance to the Stanley Cup final. With the playoffs come upsets, new heroes, new stars. We'll cover all these stories as they happen as we present our most comprehensive coverage ever. So stay tuned to CBC Television for the best in hockey coverage on Hockey Night in Canada. Well, the Sabres so far tonight have succeeded in holding Rick Middleton off the score sheet. He leads all playoff scorers with 23 points, including a record-breaking 17 in this series. Nothing yet for Middleton tonight. The Bruins and the Sabres 2-2. Now let's return to Madison Square Garden.
So the second period is underway with the score 1-0. New York Rangers, although they were outshot 18-7, got the only goal at 12:44. It was Duguay from McPhee and Buckman.
Yeah, you see what Potvin did there. He knew it was a delayed offside, so what he did, rather than throw the puck up and away, he let the Rangers touch it. They get a face-off and they get situated. Don't throw that puck away like that. That's a smart play.
It's Hedberg on with McClanahan and Pavlich for the New York Rangers. There's Potvin, who was an intermission guest. He falls against McClanahan. McClanahan trying to center it, and the Islanders take over right onto his stick. There's a shot, a big save through Utsalainen. Intercepted that pass out from the corner, and almost a second goal for the New York Rangers. Potvin had words in behind the goal area with the diminutive number 40 Pavlich, a little hard rock to coin a phrase.
This is the line that flies. Hedberg, Pavlich, and McLennan. Now watch this shot. Watch this save now. That was a labeled shot right along the ice. They say Billy hasn't been playing well. He's been playing well tonight. Little line juggling going on here. Perth, Ontario boy.
32 years of age, drafted from L.A. We talked about a money goalie. You were going to tell us about that.
Well, I will right after Duguay gets this draw.
Well, Duguay
gets thrown out.
Is that center? Not now, though. McPhee goes to the left side. Backman at center. Duguay on the right wing. And again, they do not execute fairly. The Laidlaw is playing up in over the line for the New York Rangers. And over on the other side, Kleinendorf. There's Janssen playing it to the left side. Islanders get it into the center ice area. Kleinendorf came over, hands it off to Duguay. Duguay, the fair-haired gentleman with the good head of hair in this game so far tonight. And many times during the year, he was the recipient of booing from the New York Ranger fans who didn't think he was putting out. Now the Rangers buzzing around. The Islanders, however, Lug it into the center ice area. Tonelli going in with Goring. Tonelli takes the shot. Kicked out alertly by Mio. 4 Rangers at center led by Duguay. Duguay tried to drop it back. Janssen got a stick on it. McPhee on the left side with Backman. And Backman missed the pass. And then he was belted to the ice. And he's got up rather slowly. Long shot. And the Rangers, they've made changes. Johnstone with Solainen going in there. He went in too far. Trying to center it out. Solainen has some active moves. He's number 29. Now Johnstone goes after Dwayne Sutter. Lane takes it. From behind the net. 1-0. Rangers. In on the right side. There's a hard blazing blast from the right wing. And it went wide and on the ice. Taken by Dwayne Sutter. Lane carrying it through the center ice area. Chartrand's going to go back there to pick it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing some distortion with the video portion of our program. Corrections are being made. Please stand by.
Raise the goalpost. That was a long shot. Ruotsalainen shooting it. And Smith was there. Morrow cleared it to the side. Kept in by Conacher. The Islanders now lugging it to the line into the center ice area. Bourne over the other side. Morrow took a long shot. Rebound goes to Chartrand. A loose puck. The Islanders moving it in on the left side. Good sliding play by Johnstone. Now coming in is Trottier. It's left behind. Here's Bossy failing to control it. He centered it. Morrow getting set for a shot. Rebound. Here's another shot by the Islanders. Keller. And the Islanders are pressing now. Chartrand ties up Keller. Here's Bossy trying to shake off back. Chartrand is bumped by Keller. Morrow goes in there. Here come the Rangers into the center ice area. Over the line. Hedberg shooting it. A leg save there by Smith. Back quickly. Trottier over to Nystrom. He lost it at the line. It's kicked ahead. The Rangers, Pavlich to Hedberg shot. And went off the leg of Morrow. Excellent action now from end to end. Now Tonelli worked it out over the line. Rangers couldn't get back in there. And at the line is Hedberg. 1-0. Rangers leading the Islanders. Morrow plays it in on the wing. In front it comes. They shoot. They score! A beautiful setup from the corner. The Nystrom line out there with Goring and Tonelli.
Now you're going to see some bull tears of work into the pits. Watch this shot right off the goalpost. Tonelli, a great goal. Watch this back to him now. Taking hits. Following up here. Somebody should have picked him up. Nice goal. Can't blame Neal on that one when you put him off the post. Here it is again.
Here's the announcement on the goal.
Number 91 puts Goring, and number 6 Ken Morrow. Time of the goal, 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
From Madison Square Garden, this is Stanley Cup 83 on CBC.
Stanley Cup play this season. 24.
Oh, there's nothing like an early morning shower. It leaves everything so clean and fresh. Just like a shower with my Irish Spring, with springtime freshness in every bar. In these green and white stripes are 2 deodorants to leave you feeling clean and fresh a long, long time. Irish Spring. Now that's my kind of soap.
And we like it too.
Irish Spring leaves you feeling clean and fresh a long, long time.
The Islanders and the Rangers are tied at a goal. 4:02 is the time of that Tonelli goal. Catching up on the right side, Nystrom, he couldn't pick it up, and Duguay playing it out. Johnston, it's knocked down by Backman. Backman coming in against Lane. Backman swings it in front. And Duguay couldn't pick it up in full flight. In behind the net, Backman. Will he play it back? No, he takes the shot. It was a sharp angle shot around the net, and it's picked up by Tonelli, a great playoff performer. He dropped it back. Goring. Goal!
This was a direct result of the New York Rangers defenseman pitching in and not a forward covering up. You knew this was going to happen. I've never seen defensemen. Now watch him come. You think it's going over to Nystrom. Goes right back to Goring. Top corner. He should have had that one, I think, Brian.
Oh, good shot by Goring, though, I thought, right up underneath the crossbar. This guy has been such a good money player for the Islanders over the years. I like that shot.
We'll see if the wind goes out of their sails now. Something like that will put them down. Goring has not had a good year, but again, he comes through in the playoffs.
The Islanders outscoring the Rangers 2-1, outshooting them 2-1. Islanders 24 shots, Rangers 12.
33rd is Korea. That final 3.
We'll recap that scoring play for you. Bossy playing it back to Morrow. There's a shot, loose puck in front, and it was jammed wide by Mary. So the Rangers coming back. They need a goal to tie it. And a great checking team, the Islanders. Goals will be tough to come by.
Well, they're eating this Rousselain alive right now. He thinks he's a forward. That's exactly what happened on that goal. He almost got caught again.
Now it's Captain Beck rallying the forces, shooting it in there. But the Islanders are in there in rather quick fashion, getting it out. Bourne, they crisscross over on this side. It comes. Dwayne Sutter, backhand shot. And Mio hung to that pipe on the right side. Into the center ice area. McClanahan playing it in. Number 32 is Conager. He's seeing regular service out there tonight. You know, in recent times, the Rangers have captured the glamour and the glitter of the glory days of the Broadway blue shirts. Brian?
There we're looking at that shot again of Butch Goring. Coach, you're going to say something?
No, that's it. Beck had to go for him. He couldn't let him walk around the outside. And when he dropped it back, nobody there to cover up.
And it's fitting that the glitter of the glory days should be here at this particular time at Madison Square Garden under the leadership of Craig Patrick, because it was his grandfather, Lester Patrick, who started way back in 1926. And I don't think I've ever seen New York Ranger fans more appreciative than they have been in this playoff series. They can be cruel, can't they?
Ooh, they're tough.
Now there's a puck that goes over the glass in among the spectators. 13:23 left in the second period.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from New York City.
Now that's our kind of music.
When you hear that song, most of mine is my heart. It is hard to go wrong. This is my taste. That's got heart. Most of mine has got heart. Heart. Showing the movement to Molson Light.
We're at Madison Square Garden. There's your score, 2-1. The Islanders in the lead.
And the long shot by Pavlik. Islanders rolling it down on the right side. And there's an indicator already that at times the Islanders, with that one-goal lead, will play it in a fairly cautious fashion. And they are pass masters at that, and there's a delayed offside.
I'd like to say hello and get well to Phil Esposito's Pat. His dad, Gunther Gable Williams, line tamer.
No relation to Tiger Williams.
Yeah, I guess not. Anyhow, Pat is not feeling well. Phil said to say hello because he knows it's going to the Sioux.
So the circus has been in the Garden. It'll be here until June the 5th. That has played havoc with the Rangers in playoffs for many, many years. But now they're able to have the circus in the afternoon and play the hockey at night. I think it cost the Rangers the Stanley Cup in 1950. We have a chance to go into it later. There, it's cleared in. Here's Trottier on the backhand trying to feed it in front. On the right side, the Rangers. Now Hedberg. Over the line comes McClanahan. He has been an outstanding performer all season for the New York Rangers, the product of that 1980 exciting Olympic team. Laidlaw trying to jam it in front. Rangers picking it up. A penalty coming up against the Islanders. Now Trottier touches it. A delayed penalty.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from New York City.
Spend a little time with Sanyo, and you'll have the time of your life. It's a big sound that goes a long way. That's never missing your favorite play.
It's a meal prepared while you're away.
It's enjoying sports in a big way. Spend a little time with Sanyo. Spend a little time of your life. 'Cause Sanyo makes life's good things better.
Little competitor Brian Tracci in the box again.
And this could be a great test for the Islanders. Here's the announcement on the penalty. Tracci off.
Time 7 minutes 54 seconds.
So the Rangers down a goal. They have Baker out there. He swings to the left side, feeds it over on this wing. Rangers going in on the line. Good work there by Kleinendorst. He's jammed in on the boards. Poking away at it is Don Maloney, and the Rangers will get the face-off to the left of Mio.
Now, a lot of people say, why are they the best? Why are they the best killing penalties? One of the big reasons is that the defense never gets tied up with the guy in the corners unless he can freeze the puck for sure. I see young defensemen grabbing guys, getting caught, then you take yourself right out of the play. They hit the guy, get right away fast.
Just wanted to add something to what you said about Pat Esposito a moment ago, Grapes. He called Phil one day a few years ago and said, Phil, there's a kid up here who's going to break all your records, and his name is Gretzky.
What a prophet.
Should be a scout.
Down the ice it goes. The time remaining in the penalty, 1 minute and 15 seconds. Why are they the best at killing off penalties? Because they're the Stanley Cup champions. That's another answer, and they have been for the last 3 years. Let's see how they do here, the Islanders. They're going to clear it out. And Goring, always a threat, killing off a penalty. Punches the shoulders, takes the shot, breaks his stick. Now he hustles to the bench. Rangers coming out quickly. Down to the line, in over the line, McPhee. No cohesion here on the Rangers power play, Don.
Worst power play in the league.
Now back, clearing it ahead. McPhee to the other side. Darting in on the left wing. Rubbed in on the boards. Hedberg, Rangers around the net. They swing it in front. And delicately it was passed through the crease by Lennon. Lennon, number 28, is out there. Shoots. Scores!
On their feet again here at Madison Square Garden. Talking about the inept power play, and it pays off. Goal by Lennon here. A big goal.
I think it was tipped in. I tell you right now, there it is right there. It was tipped in. I don't think Lennon scored that goal.
Yeah, you may be right on that.
I think it'll be changed. But again, I couldn't believe it. They give the puck away. And when you give the puck away in your end, what they say in the term, eat that puck, do anything with it, don't give it away.
Well, they gave Lennon the goal.
After that build-up, the Islanders proved they are mere mortals.
That's something.
9 minutes 31 seconds.
I don't know whether they were able to pick up that announcement on the PA.
This season, 6th of his career at 9:31.
Worry not, we shall recap it for you. Now Bachman, over on the other side, Duguay, a big star for the Rangers tonight. In on the line, back to Duguay. He took the Anderson pass at centered. Here's Bachman. Bachman along the boards into Duguay. He shoved off the puck, turned around by Merrick, and the Ranger fans react to that. They jam it into the crease area. Down is the kid from Perth, Ontario, 32-year-old Billy Smith. Now tell us why he's a money goalie.
Well, he's a money goalie because he makes the saves. He's like Jerry Cheevers. He's there. Now watch this play here. You can see why anything around there, he's like a vacuum. He's been there when Al wants somebody. The score might be 8-7, but he'll win the game.
One of the greatest goalies in all of playoff history had to be the late Turk Broda. And they asked him, according to Frank Orr, he said 2 reasons. I like the bonus money, or I am too dumb to understand the pressure of the playoffs. Now, born over on the left side, the Islanders are going into the back end. They should big save. Down is Mio. And it was the big shooter, Bossy, breaking in there. Had to go to the backhand. Mio getting a standing ovation.
Eddie. It's like Eddie Jockman in the old days. This Bourne is having some series.
Nice save, the old butterfly. Tony Esposito pulls it in, shoves it into the goalie. Layla, watch, if he gets on his forehand, this puck's in. Got to go on his backhand. He knows he can't deke him, so he can come out a bit. Goes down all right. Gets it the second time. If he doesn't have that curved stick, it might have been in the top corner.
Okay, we're getting down near the end. Who's going to win the Stanley Cup?
Well, I said Boston a long time ago before they got decimated by injuries, but I'm still going to be with them.
Edmonton looks awfully good to me.
It could be, yeah, I'd like Edmonton too.
Edmonton, they have Mogas in Vogue back in action. Now the Rangers coming in, a shot grabbed off by Smith. Moog is very hot. These forwards of the Oilers skating as they have never skated. The defense has tightened up. Great mobility out there.
They have to play a few iron teams to convince me. I know they're playing well. I love watching Edmonton play. Lots of muscle, nice and chippy, little tough, but I got to see him against a little bit of iron before I make a comment.
And
something like this guy.
Now, the Islanders trying to clear it out. They do. They get it out on the right side. Trottier coming in along with Bossy. They started a crisscross there, lost possession. Down the ice it goes. Rangers are going to be called for icing with 9:02 left in the second period.
And with the score, the Islanders 2, the Rangers 2, this is Stanley Cup 83.
This 83 Ford pickup is demonstrating the pulling power of Ford's new 6.9-liter diesel engine. It's towing 10,000 pounds up a rugged trail with grades steeper than Pikes Peak. Ford's new 6.9-liter diesel is now available for Ford heavy-duty pickups and 4x4s. It's the most powerful diesel available in a pickup. 26 horses more powerful than its nearest competitor. Ford Tough. Ford Trucks.
So you see Al Arbor and Brooks. The story here in New York is this. No question about it. Brooks will be back here coaching next year, or he'll not be coaching anywhere. They have him under contract. He's a very competent and capable coach. And rumor for some time has had it that Lou Nanne would like to have him in Minnesota. But Lou, you can forget about him for next year. Now almost a scrum there from the faceoff. Down the ice it goes. There's a Morrow in behind the net. 8:47 the time remaining in the second period. Morrow coming out. 4 Islanders hitting the Ranger line. Morrow shooting it. He got something on that shot. A lazy sort of rush. But he used that wrist shot. Good velocity, good accuracy. Mio had to get the arm out. There's Morrow again shooting it. It was blocked that time. A penalty coming up against the New York Rangers. Smith hustles to the Islanders bench.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in a moment.
All competitors, please report to the registration.
350.
Gotta see this. Come here.
Force feed.
Hey,
That's our song. Now that's a good start. When you're hearing that song, Molson Light has got heart. It's like taste has got heart. Molson Light has got heart. Molson Light has got heart.
Heart. Join the movement to Molson Light.
Win or lose, the Buffalo Sabres have proved they would not lie down to Boston. They are now leading 3-2 in the second period. Tony McKegney splits the defense. Backhand pass to Mike Foligno, who makes a move to the backhand and beats Pete Peters. Sabres 3, Bruins 2.
So the penalty has been assessed against the New York Rangers newcomer, McPhee.
This kid's got to play with a brace on his back. I guess he's in constant pain. Him and Dreschner really have bad backs, but he's out there. He came from nowhere. There's Barry Beck, had him at Colorado. Good-looking kid. Owns a red Ferrari.
So Duguay is out there as the penalty killer. Laidlaw on defense with Beck. Johnston, the other forward. Now Bossy. Bossy's trying to get in front. He shoots. Big save. Another shot. The rebound went wide. The rebound was taken by Bourne. Here's Bossy winding up for the shot. Rising shot. Pearson keeping it in at the line. It's intercepted. Coming down with Johnstone. Johnstone jammed out of the play. And the Rangers almost got a clear 2-on-1 break after Mio was big on Bossy, and the rebound was shot behind the net by Bourne. Rangers clearing it down the ice, and the time remaining in the penalty, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Scored tied at 2. Trottier over on the other side. Bossy clearing around for Trottier. Hoffman is on the left side. There's Bourne giving it to Bossy. He's jammed up and knocked down on the boards. Beck going in there. Puck is loose, and Anderson, number 24, kills off seconds. He holds it, making a fine rush, coming down on that right side. Anderson is around the net. Now Chartrand shoots it right off. And a dangerous offensive effort by the Rangers. Here's Nystrom. Bourne is on the left side. Trottier is coming in, jammed under the play by McClanahan. Here's Poitier. Weak shot. Potvin took the shot. Now over on this side to Potvin, back on the other side. Janssen faked the shot. He gave it to Goring. Back to the line it comes. Tonelli lugging it in on his skates into the corner to Goring. Back it goes to Janssen. He takes the shot. Cleared out. Power here by the Islanders. Lots of pressure. Chartrand very coolly rolls it down the ice. And McPhee is getting ready to step back on. Islanders, Potvin over to Nystrom, going in with Goring. Goring has it back to Janssen. The penalty has expired. Here come the Rangers. A long lead pass going in over the line. Now, Vittoric over it goes. Big play there on Johnston by Potvin. Johnstone was set up. Now Vittoric trying to get it in front. The Islanders playing it up on the right side. Nystrom coming down. Beck clearing it to the line. Pass at the line goes to Vittoric. He lost it. Johnstone getting the pass back. There it is, right in front of the feet. He failed to pick it up cleanly, and dashing back on the left side is Gilbert. And it's called on the offside against the Islanders.
Live from Madison Square Garden, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Why, you should get your next tune-up at Canadian Tire.
You know, a tune-up is only as good as the guy who does it. Sure, equipment, even computers are important, but you want a guy who knows what he's doing. A certified mechanic who'll tend to all those little details. You want a guy who's proud of what he's doing, so he'll make sure the job's done right. You know, I'm a guy like that. Hey! Oh, and so are all these other guys.
There's a lot more to Canadian Tire than tires.
Some celebrities at the game tonight. Henry Kissinger and his wife watching the Rangers and the Islanders. Tied at 2. 5:32 to play, second period.
Governor Carey, I think, in the background there, too.
I didn't get that. What did you say,
I was the governor in the background. He's leaning forward right now. If he leaned back.
A lot of important people here tonight. Isn't that right, Don?
That's great game. Great game.
Now the Rangers can't get it out. Sutter back to Lane. Rangers coming out. Bachman the pass over on the other side. Chasing it is McPhee against Morrill. Score tied at 2. 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second period. The Islanders can win the series with a victory tonight. The Rangers win a 7th and final game at Long Island on Sunday. Islanders are broken up, and the Rangers starting down with Bachman. Coming in over the line. Don Maloney back to Bachman. Duguay is getting in front. He's being covered and shoved and knocked down there by Gilbert. And the fans upset over Gilbert, knocking Duguay down. Now then, the Islanders. Gilbert clearing it out to center, and the Rangers right on top of the Islanders. Rangers coming back in on the right side. Pavlich's shot, and he had Smith hopping on that, but Smith had it all the way.
You notice none of the Rangers go over and talk, or the Islanders go over and give Wally Harris heck. You go over and give Wally Harris heck, you're in trouble because you'll get a couple penalties. I know. That McPhee, you notice how the game now, he's just a little fella, and as they call him, Smurfs. The game is gone. It's the speed. I mean, you just have to back. You have to check. I don't mean smashing guys and everything. You have to be there, but you don't have to be a big monster anymore to play this game.
And the Rangers have been playing like the Smurfs, hard-working, indomitable, and loved by their fans up to this point. Now the Islanders, there's the lead pass to Bourne over the other side. Bossy couldn't get up there quickly enough. Back it goes, Pearson his shot, and that came off the body and went to the wing. Here come the Rangers. Pavlich is circling to the far side. Hedberg handing it off. Over on the other wing goes McClanahan. And Brooks, in European hockey style, he has these players crisscrossing in motion all the time. Rangers bringing it out. Down on the line, Potvin stopped it. Potvin bringing it ahead to Keller. Back it goes to Goring. Backhand shot! An enormous leg save by Mio. What a gilt-edged scoring opportunity for the Islanders. It was bang, bang all the way. And now Goring showing some of that old-time speed. Dropped it back, and it's cleared out by the Rangers to center. Down they come on that right wing. In over the line. In on the board. Trying desperately to clear it back to the corner. The Rangers, Pavlich in there along with Conacher. Here's Goring. He's been very prominent for the Islanders tonight. And that has been the story in recent years in the playoffs, Don, the way this Goring works.
Cream rises to the top.
Janssen ahead to Goring up on the right side. Nystrom takes a look at Tonelli. The pass stopped by Ruotsalainen. Lemonen, who has the tying goal for the Rangers, clearing it in for Anderson, and it's Smith to Tonelli. Let's see what Nystrom does with it. He's forced back there, gives it to Janssen. Tonelli is at the line. Nystrom up on the right side. There's Nystrom going after it. It's swept away by Conacher. In there goes Nystrom. He was upended. Could there have been a penalty there?
No.
Okay.
Don't keep these in the playoffs. Nothing like that. Wally will go over and say something to him. You just said something to him. Bob Nystrom. He may not get 40 and 50 goals, but his wingers don't get 60 and 50. I'll tell you, there's the kind of guy you need in the playoffs. 4 goals in overtime. That's the kind of guy you got to have in your team.
Second only to Rocket Richard, who has 6, so he's in pretty good company.
Well, I'll tell you, he might not score, like I said, a lot of goals. I'd like to know how many his wingers got. That's the kind of guy. Take the body, hard all the way. I can't say enough about him.
Well, you did pretty well. You said quite a bit.
Well, I like it.
You look like a lot of hockey players.
Well, I like guys like that. They're the guys that are winner in the league. Take the body, block the shots.
Did you know that Brian played on the same line with Bill Torrey at St. Lawrence University? You liked him too. There's a shot. Why? What was the other guy on that line? Is he a general manager?
He's a goal judge on the island, Eddie Bajornas.
Now it's back down the ice into Ranger territory, icing against the Islanders. So you all did well.
No, Eddie was on the old Inkerman Rockets years ago. St. Lawrence had a pretty good hockey club, though. And Bill Torrey was a big man on campus back in those days. But you said something about the cream rising to the top, and earlier today you said your dad was the one that taught you some of those expressions, like the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, but he was a big guy, and you know what he said at the end?
What was that?
What happens if they don't fall? Then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Frank Orr said about the Rangers like Don Cherry's hair. A little goes a long way. hurts. No, you have a pretty good head of hair. But the Rangers have been really performing well. There's the pass on the right side. Bourne trying to center it, and with their list of injuries, you would think they would be easy for the Islanders, but they are tough again tonight. Score tied 2-2. There we have the Islanders feeding it back in there. Dwayne Sutter going in, circling around as Brent, moving up on the play, and keeping it in right in front. There's a shot by Sutter. Dwayne Sutter coming right out to block the shot from Neal.
We got a little skirmish going, but the reason Al Arbour is picking off those passes, he has his wingers going into center ice and picking off those blind passes up the middle. I saw that at the start, and Al picked it up right away. And if they keep that up, those blind passes, look out, they should have scored right there. You have to know that's a dangerous play. You have to know where they're going. Now watch him throw it up the middle blind. He'll step right in and pick it right up. Back it goes into the corner. Comes over here. Nice shot. Lovely stop by Meal. He's come out of nowhere, this Meal.
You have to wonder if the, well, we'll take another look at it here, Graves. Mio has come up with some big saves in this hockey game. You have to wonder if the eldest Sutter brother might end up in Saskatoon, and I guess your glowing endorsement of that center for an NHL franchise persuaded them to go ahead with that bid.
Well, the big horse laugh I got was in a few columns saying they'll never go there. What's Jerry trying to do? Hey, what can I say? I wish them the best of luck.
Now the Islanders getting possession, losing it. Rossi lost it, and then he went down to the ice, coming in. Pavlich is cutting in front of the net, looking for a pass. Instead, he goes behind the net. Pavlich trying to get it out to McClanahan, losing it to Trottier. That is Janssen fading to the left side. And it's over the boards into the penalty box with 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining. Madison Square Garden, and you know the late, great Red Smith, he said it is very simply the most famous and most glamorous arena in all of creation. Now, it's pretty high, gaudy stuff, but I guess it's nice.
It's pretty high up here, too, and a long walk down to that studio, Dan.
You know, I was here the opening night. Dan Kelly and I did a game. They didn't have broadcast facilities. We had to do it from behind the net. I'll tell you more about that later. There's Beck shooting it in behind the net. Bouncing in crazily. Pavlich couldn't come up with it. It's centered again. Loose puck in front. And the Islanders starting out. Trottier with Bossy and Bourne. Trottier had to go back. Less than a minute to go. 52 seconds. Now it's swept away by Beck. A back pass goes to the line. Coming in on the left side. Again, Pavlich is coming in front. Backhand dribbler. And Smith is down. Pavlich heads for that net. He saw Hedberg coming down on the left side, and he almost did it. It hit somebody in front of Smith.
This line can really fly. This is their best line so far. One way, and watch how they fly. They get up. They know what they're doing. He's there. He just threw it blind in the middle because he knew he'd be coming in on the side.
A lot of those kids off that U.S. Olympic team have really done well in the NHL. You look at Pavlich, Mark Johnson with Pittsburgh, Ramsey with Buffalo. They've really come along well in pro hockey.
You know, they built this building, and after they got it built, they said, we have no press box, so they put us behind the goal. Hadfield let one go, missed Kelly by about an inch, and the way he worked out, I gave him my vote as the athlete of the year. So they have now given us facilities high above center ice. Islanders coming back in. There's Nystrom bouncing into the corner boards. Goring trying to get it back to the line. Rangers knocking it out. In on the right side, Johnstone. Vettori is looking for a loose puck. He's going in there to help out. He has to contend with the Islanders, Gilbert and Pearsaw, and that brings a face-off to the left of Smith.
Well, you can see the way Herb Brooks is thinking. He took risks of laying off the ice and put shot draw on. He doesn't want to go in down one. He'd be satisfied going to that third period. 2-2 tie. Sure, now he takes off shot draw and puts on Rousselain. So now he wants to win with a 3-2 lead. You get that, Danny?
Paying very close attention to it, Donald. Big face-off, now 9 seconds left. Hotba and playing it on the left side. The Islanders will be content to get it out if they can. It comes to the side of the net. That's going to be the end of the period. So the Rangers, who led 1-0 at the end of one, saw their lead vanish. They got behind 2-1, but the score at the end of the second period, Islanders 2, Rangers 2.
Good-looking dog.
I've really been working on this guy. I think he's got the potential to be a real good bird dog.
Looks real fast just lying there.
Come on, fetch, boy.
That's fast, Phil.
Keep on getting together. You keep on having your fun.
Hey, I said he had potential.
Why don't you train the cat?
Phil, that dog's dead.
You keep on stringing your ex, 'cause keeps on tasting great.
This land of ours is vast and varied. Its people and resources widely scattered. The key to our success as a country is efficient transportation. And no one understands that better than CN. We have to be businesslike about it because the need is so vital and the commitment so great. CN, in business for Canada.
It's an excitement you can taste. Rich, colorful, refreshingly light, cool, and creamy smooth as the land it comes from. It's the Dairy Queen Banana Split. Come taste the excitement.
In the land of Dairy Queen, we treat you right.
At Mutual Life, most of us learn about being a parent the same way you do, firsthand. So we understand your hopes for tomorrow because we share them. And when you go to buy life insurance for yourself, we know who you're really thinking of because we know what you know.
Life is a mutual affair.
Hey,
CBC News with George McLean.
Good evening. The Ontario government sets up a royal commission to investigate the deaths of 28 babies at Toronto's Hospital for Sick Children. The Royal Commission is the first of its kind in Ontario. A guard has been killed in the Archambault Maximum Security Prison. 28-year-old Serge Delorme was stabbed with scissors. George Shultz, the U.S. Secretary of State, is going to the Mideast on a peace mission. His assignment is to help with negotiations on the withdrawal of foreign troops from Lebanon. Lech Wałęsa has his old job back. He starts work on Monday in the Lenin shipyards. Wałęsa says he's happy to be going back to work, but he says the government is just trying to keep him away from union activities. 3 Soviet cosmonauts have landed safely. They returned to Earth when their spacecraft was unable to hook up with an orbiting 40-ton space station. We'll have details on these and other stories later on the National and the Journal. And now back to Hockey Night in Canada.
Goals by Tonelli and Goring in this second period put the Islanders in front, but then Lennon scored, so it's a 2-2 tie as we move on to the third period. Mike Bossy of the Islanders is one of the greatest scorers in NHL hockey, and his playoff scoring is superb too. 58 goals in 80 games. Let's take a look at this Islander star.
Mike Bossy is one of the NHL's greatest, so it's surprising that 12 teams passed on him before the New York Islanders drafted him 15th in 1977.
Well, I was happy about coming to the Islanders, especially since they had mentioned in the newspapers that they were looking for a right winger. They needed a goal scorer. And I'd gone through my junior career as a goal scorer. And obviously I thought that if I was going to make it in the National Hockey League right away, that I would have an excellent chance with the New York Islanders.
Mike Bossy is the only player who's scored 50 times in each of his first 5 seasons. Does he set goals for himself?
No, I try not to approach a season thinking that I have to get so many points or so many goals. I've tried to approach my career as a whole as trying to get 50 goals in every year that I play, which is, you know, sort of a big goal for me, an overall goal. But I try not to think of points or goals at the start of any particular season.
Well, Mike Bossy is a very, very intelligent hockey player. You know, he has great sense of feel. He knows where the plays develop, and he has very quick hands and an excellent shot. And he's good on both ends of the ice. You know, when he had a reputation when he first came up as strictly as a goal scorer, which certainly he is, but he's improved his overall game tremendously. Or, you know, you're not afraid to use him, and I use him in a lot of critical situations defensively.
Well, I think the biggest thing about Mike is, you know, obviously he's a good skater, he's a great puck handler, but I think his biggest asset is the different types of shots that he has. He can deliver the puck in probably 10 different ways, and each time seems to be different when he goes down the ice, and he keeps the goaltenders guessing. So I would say his ability to shoot the puck in so many different ways is probably his biggest asset.
Bossy is perhaps the ultimate blue chipper. He loves to play big games.
Well, I love the pressure that is involved in playing hockey, and I always go out on the ice and I always feel that I have something to prove, that I have to play better than I played the last time, so that my teammates, my coach, the fans will appreciate me just as much as the last time I was out on the ice. So I always feel that I have to go out there and play better each time, and even though there is a lot of pressure involved, you know, I enjoy that aspect of it.
Off the ice, Mike Bossy lives in the Long Island suburb of Jericho with wife Lucy, daughters 3-year-old Josie Ann, and the newest Bossy, 4-month-old Tanya. Bossy's in the prime of his career, having just turned 26, but claims he may retire at 30.
I'm thinking of it. I guess I would probably be 95% sure right now that I will, leaving that 5% open for any change of mind that I might have when I get to be 30. You know, I think maybe just the need to do something else and get away from the game. I think that hockey involves a lot of pressure, and you know, although I don't show on the outside that I'm a nervous person, I do take the game very seriously. It is my life, and you know, the pressure that's involved is very hard on someone, and I think that when I get to be 30, I'll have had enough of that pressure.
This year, the Islanders seek Stanley Cup number 4.
We love winning. We've won 3 Stanley Cups in a row, and we definitely would like to continue in that winning way and go on for a 4th cup.
If the Islanders are to win a 4th cup, the boss, Mike Bossy, will very likely play his usual important role. And when it's over, at home, you'll never know he's a hockey hero.
Mike Bossy of the Islanders, and one of the great players in hockey today, and we're one of the great coaches and commentators standing by, and we'll get to that when we come up. The Stanley Cup playoffs return in just a moment.
You want to break a world record. You need coaches, training, competition. So we're funding SO Swim Canada, supporting swim clubs, encouraging skills. Now good swimmers can get better, maybe the world's best. Canada! Coming through for you makes us better too.
You make us better, you do. SO.
This is the 1983 Lawn Boy Supreme, powered by an engine designed to last 50% longer than most other lawnmower engines. This lawn boy can do the work of 5 lawnmowers. It cuts, side bags, rear bags, mulches. It'll even shred leaves. Summer after summer, year after year, the hard-working 5-in-1 lawnmower by Lawn Boy. Lawn Boy. As time goes by, you'll know why.
The third period has started in Buffalo. The Sabres leading the Boston Bruins 3-2, and we want to bring you as much action as possible in this 6th game of the Adams Division Finals, so we'll take you now live to Buffalo.
quickly as he could to the net to get a shot on goal. All of a sudden, for some unexplained reason, although Bork was bearing down, he changed his mind.
Park now taps it in wide of Sauvé, taking over Mike Ramsey. Checking him, Luke Dufour breaks him up. Casper centers, and Bruce Crowder couldn't control it in front of the net. Gail McCourt skates it out for Buffalo. Buffalo leads 3-2. Play broken up by Bork, knocked back in, and finally called on the offside. With the score, Buffalo 3, Boston 2. Bruins hockey will continue in a moment.
This series, as we said before, dominated by Rick Middleton of the Bruins, who has yet to record a point tonight. He has at least one in each of the Bruins' previous playoff games, as does Barry Peterson. One important factor so far is that Buffalo's Gilbert Perreault has not scored a goal in these playoffs. He didn't score one against Montreal, and he has been blanked against the Boston Bruins. Yet here are the Sabres hanging in, leading in Game 6, trying to force a 7th game in the Adams Division Final, and as yet they do not have a goal from Gilbert Perreault. They're dropping the puck again. Let's get back to Buffalo.
Mike Gillis on the left wing and Rick Middleton on the right. Puck cleared in by Craig Ramsey. Kept in right wing side by Sealing. In deep, O'Connell trying to move it up the boards. Checked. O'Connell gets it back up. Middleton trying to move it out. He's checked immediately. Savard keeps it in. Savard centers it. Bounces off Mike O'Connell's skate and goes wide. Sealing checked behind the net. Puck batted around. Gillis trying to come out. It's a weird hop in the center ice. It is Sealing checking Middleton. He's staying with him quite closely and doing quite a job. At center ice, Gillis, a hard hit on Savard. Back comes Middleton over the line. Can't handle the pass. And Height gets it. Height for Housley. Checked and tied up by Sauvé at the right of the net as Middleton checked Phil Housley. Face off in the Buffalo zone. 16-35.
Sabres hold a 1-goal lead over the Bruins. They have played almost 4 minutes in the third period, and we'll get back to Buffalo shortly. This is Hockey Night in Canada. We continue in just a moment.
Looking good, Slocum.
Wish my sails were. Gotta keep in shape to pound the pavement these days.
Oh, not with 800 service. Now my customers can call me toll-free. No runaround, and you can pump up sales without pounding the pavement. It's all an 800 service. Today's way to operate. Just call toll-free 1-800-361-3050 for a free copy. 800 service. The shape of things to come.
800 service. Today's way to operate.
The Ford Mustang 500 is off. $500 off special value appearance packages on 83 Mustangs. Pace-setting exterior and interior options like flip-up roofs. On Mustang GT, you get sport seats, leather-wrapped steering wheel, and the TR suspension package. On other Mustangs, you get cloth seats, turbine wheel covers, and special two-tone paint. That's $500 off. Plus, buyer's triple choice check for $500 means up to $1,000 off. See your dealer for details.
Play with people who are less talented than you are. They want to show you guys up. Hey, Louie, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good, good.
Hey, Louie, watering these doesn't make them grow.
Hey, you're kidding, huh?
Who is that? Ah, my sister. Sister. We got to get going. I told Mrs. C we'd be there at 2. Tools. Oh, the Tools. That's not his sister. See if it swings. Great. It works. Good, huh? With Jim when you need him. Who knows? Hey, look what I found in Mrs. C's garage. You hear a voice now.
Time for tea and cookies.
All right, yes, sir.
You keep on getting together. You keep on having your fun.
Hey, maybe I should become a teenage idol. You're kidding. Don't give up your day job.
You keep on drinking your ex cause it keeps on tasting great.
Housley, Verda, and Foligno scored for Buffalo after Park and Fergus gave the Bruins a 2-0 lead. Still 3-2 Sabres. Let's return to Buffalo.
Here it is. But Sauvé blocks it for Verda, and the Sabres started right back. Mike Ramsey plays the boards, breaks it out, gets it off for Craig Ramsey. The shot, no save by Peters. Drops it off for Bruce Crowder. Can't move it out yet. Casper does, but the Sabres in control. And Mike Ramsey drives it right back in. Peters trying to make the play up for Dufour. A breakout here. Sabres always with a man back, an extra man to help the defense. And Sauvé passes off for Lindy Ruff. Ruff carries out center ice, loses to Casper. Casper back, trying to make the play for Dufour. Dufour over the line, right wing side, trying to bear in. Force deep, rolls it in, and it's fired away by Mike Ramsey and iced. As Luke Dufour made a good rush that time. And with the score, Buffalo 3, Boston 2. Let's pause for this message.
Well, the Bruins, of course, trying to end this in 6 games, because should the Islanders win their series in 6, the Bruins hardly want to have to play a 7th game at the Boston Garden. And you know that the Islanders are thinking the very same thing. Should Boston wrap it up tonight in Buffalo, they'd have to come from behind to do it. The Islanders don't want to be going back to the Nassau Coliseum and playing on Sunday night, with the Prince of Wales Conference Final due to start on Tuesday. So what may be very important to the outcome of the Prince of Wales Conference might be what's happening tonight. Can both of these teams wrap it up? If one doesn't, that team could be at a disadvantage. Let's get back now to Buffalo.
On the face-off, in deep, Gillis trying to center it, can't. Now Barry Peterson with it for Park in, and a kind of a knuckleball shot. As Park scored from that position for the first Bruins goal, he was set up by Barry Peterson, but this one went wide. Rick Sealing over the line for Perreault. Perreault's shot blocked. Housley moves in and misses the net. Oh, what a bid he had then. Around the boards, Middleton trying to come out. He's checked. Ray Bourque is on it. Bourque for Gillis. Gillis moves it up, stopped at the line. Not out of the zone, kept in by Middleton and by Gillis. Everybody going down, and it is tied up by Sealing. Pushed the puck underneath him and sat on it, and a face-off in the Buffalo zone.
For some reason, Jerry Cheever's using Mike Gillis.
Well, you won't miss any of the important plays in what is left of the 3rd period at Buffalo, and of course overtime is a possibility, a 1-goal difference. We'll be keeping you posted on the Sabres and the Bruins. Buffalo 3, Boston 2. It's tied at 2 in New York, and we're going to go back to the 3rd period at Madison Square Garden right now.
Smurf power still in evidence here at Madison Square Garden. 20 minutes to play, barring overtime in this matchup between the Islanders and the Rangers. Tied at 2. Here's Dan.
Well, right away, I'm going to say this. Tonelli scored at 4:02, Goring to give the Islanders the lead at 5:03, and then Lennon at 9:31 in the final seconds of a power play. The Islanders out shooting the Rangers 14-10. In the 2nd period, over 2 periods, 32-17.
Well, actually, if you go player by player, Rangers shouldn't even be on the same ice as them, but everybody comes up. Backman, McPhee, he can fill in. Somehow or other he does that with the injuries.
I think if you paraphrase that old commercial, they do it the old-fashioned way. They work for it.
You got it. You got it.
Well, the Rangers have it. Now there's a shot by Pearson. What a chance he has. He was all alone in that slot position, and he fired it wide. Here come the Rangers shooting it into the corner. McClanahan on the left side was rubbed out of the play. Now the Islanders. Pearson playing it to Potvin. Out on the right side it goes into the center ice area. Keller swings the pass over to Trottier, and it's blocked. Coming in on the left side. Hedberg shot, and he fired it just wide. Score tied at 2. Pavlic's shot right on, and Smith had to pick up a degree of brilliancy on that one to keep it out. Teams are now changing while the play goes on. 1 minute has gone by in this, the 3rd period. Score tied at 2. Laidlaw swept it down the ice. There's Morrow back there against John Maloney. It's cleared to the line by Goring. 3 Islanders coming down. Goring comes over to the right side. Goring takes a look in on the boards to the other side. Here's Nystrom trying to center it. Kleinendorf lugs it to center. Fatorik takes the pass over the line. Drop back. And Morrow cleared it back into the center ice area. So the Homer series, that's what this one has been categorized as. Neither team has been able to win a game on the other team's ice. The Islanders, if they do it tonight, they'll win the series. If the pattern continues, there'll be a 7th game in Long Island. Duguay shooting it. Duguay shot that one almost eye high and got off the stick quickly. And Smith picked it up.
From Madison Square Garden, this is Stanley Cup 83 on CBC.
There's only one Larry Fikowski.
Okay, well, I'll be there right away.
He's part owner of a drilling company. He's young, dynamic,
Still won't check. No.
a family man. And that's why he has his own life insurance plan. His London Life representative helped make that plan just as individual as he is. And London Life can do the same for you. Of course, your plan may not be like Larry's. But then, at London Life, every life is something special.
The Bruins have tied it up in Buffalo because Middleton and Peterson are being checked so closely. Jerry Cheevers has taken Mike Krushelnyski off the left wing of that big line to try to spread the scoring around, and it's Krushelnyski from Ray Bourque to tie it for the Bruins.
That was Dwayne Sutter, number 12. Now the Sutter's back in there. Brent to Dwayne. He was checked. McPhee clearing it to the line. Potvin shooting it to the short side. Very alertly moving. Now the Islanders going right in front. There's a shot! And Sutter was robbed again. I want to see that one. Oh, what a glorious scoring opportunity right there for the Islanders off the stick of Dwayne Sutter. Now Bachman passing it to Duguay. Duguay pass to the other side. A shot. And Smith clearing it off to Pearson. Here come the Islanders again. They came so close to making it 3-2 on their last effort in deep Ranger territory. This time they shoot it in and make changes. There's Anderson trying to clear it, losing it. In on the boards, Merrick. From the side of the net, Anderson tipping a pass ahead to Conager. Conager handing it off to Lennon. Lennon takes a dribbling shot to the far side. Merrick shovels it ahead, and the Islanders coming out. Nystrom coming down on the right side. Nystrom going in, and he was robbed by Neal. Now there's Merrick shooting it, and Neal is stopping everything that they are firing at him. Now back at his own line is Gilbert for the Islanders over the other side to Potvin, back to Gilbert. Gilbert takes a look. He drills the shot in there. And DeMille, for a change, had an easy save to make. Beck clearing a long one in on Smith. Shots on goal are 37-20 for the Islanders. Score tied at 2. Now in on the left side. Keller takes the shot. He was roughed up in the corner. Up it goes. Potvin couldn't hold it in. And Pearson back at his own line. Lost it to Pavlich. He centered it. Puck loose in front. And Potvin came up with it. Potvin to Trottier. Bossy goes to the other side. A drop pass to Bossy. He has to go to the board. He takes a body belt from Chartrand. Trottier couldn't center it. Now at the line. It's back down the ice. Have you got a word or two, Mr. Cherry?
Eddie Mio, the word is that he's going to New Jersey Devils next year. He's on his option year. I don't think Rangers will let that happen.
That was a bad drop pass there by the Islanders. Morrow clearing it up on the wing. Score tied at 2. 14:55 remaining in regulation time. In comes Maloney. Made the move and a good recovery by Morrow. Morrow over towards the left side. Tonelli is chasing it. Now here's Nystrom waiting for the shoot. They score! Scoring! What a beautiful setup to number 91. And the Islanders leading with 3-2.
Oh, what a night Goring is having for the Islanders, too. He's playing like the Goring of 3 or 4 years ago. Just sensational here on the Garden's ice.
Watch the pitch. Now watch this Bull Terrier walking over. He's there. Watch that nice play, Nystrom. And Goring zings her home. Funny how these guys come to the top all the time. Here it comes again. Now watch him walk out of this corner. Nobody's going to come at him. Takes a little peek. Neal never had a chance on that one.
Well, the Islanders, of course, the defending champions. They have been a great hockey team. Here's the announcement on the goal.
And number 27, John Tonelli. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 21 seconds.
Now the Rangers coming in there. There's their shot. In front. Laidlaw took the shot. We'll recap that scoring play for you when the opportunity presents itself. There's the pass. Wayne Sutter to Brent Sutter into the center ice area. Duguay couldn't get it. Lane playing it back. 14 minutes and 2 seconds, the time remaining in regulation time. Pavlich cutting it on the right side. And that goes off Smith or the glass, over the glass.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from New York City.
Pulsar Quartz introduces the Wizard, the world's first and only quartz watch with data displays right on the crystal. At a touch, day date and time appear at home and in 26 zones around the world, plus alarm and professional chronograph. The Wizard has more timekeeping functions than any other watch, and only Pulsar has the Wizard. The Wizard, just one of the many affordable watches from Pulsar Quartz.
Less than a minute after Mike Krushelnyski tied the score, Lindy Ruff has given the Buffalo Sabres the lead once again. Mike Ramsey's shot from the point. Ruff has one chance, another, and he finally gets it in. His fourth goal of the playoffs. The Sabres back in front by a goal.
The Islanders giving them the lead.
Here's Hegberg. The fabulous Swedes had a good series. Had a lot of injuries. His buddy Nielsen has been hurt. Doesn't look like he's going to play again, but he's having a great series.
Here's Pavlich getting it back to the line over on this side. Deflects the shot. Grab. By Smith. There was nobody in there in front of him. They got to get somebody in there.
Well, what are you going to do? The defense ties them up. That's what Al does. He has them tie them up. Never mind the puck where it's coming from. Take that guy in front. Let Billy Smith see that puck. Because if he can see it, he'll stop it.
We mentioned about the great history of the Islanders. Of course, they have been tested in the fire of adversity early in their franchise. In '75, get this, they faced elimination 8 times in the playoffs. Survived 7 of them. Right now, they're trying to survive this series and win it. They lead 3-2. Pavlich, he never gives up, that little guy. What a competitor, number 40. There he is again on the boards. This time, he lost it to Janssen. It's cleared down on the left side. And the Rangers striding back there is Beck. Up on the left side, McClanahan. It's off his stick, goes to Hedberg. Pass back at center. Pavlich swings to the right side with McClanahan. He leads McClanahan with that pass into the corner area. Digging away, Pavlich again against Janssen. Will they get a whistle here? It's along the boards, and the play is stopped. This has been a clean hockey game, hasn't it?
It has been. The whole series has been clean. There's only been one fight in the whole series. Good, tough series. But I see Herb Brooks is going to give the green light to Rousselain, Beck, and everybody else to get in there. Even though they've got 13 minutes, 12 minutes left, he's going to give them the green light because he's got to get in there. They've got to penetrate more.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be advised.
12 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. Herb Brooks, understandably, is increasing the intensity of the work on that gump because he is nervous. He knows time is now a very important factor. Now the Islanders with the lead of 3-2. They play it on the boards, not out. Hustling in there, the pesky Rangers along the boards, and Nystrom gets it down on the right side. There is Chartres swinging the pass into the center ice area. Conacher has it, drills a shot, good 15 feet wide. Here come the Islanders, high pass, touched by Nystrom, and it is offside.
This is Hockey Night in Canada from New York City.
Why don't you just buy her some perfume?
No, that's not good enough.
No, you know what you could do? You could get her one of those little purses that sits on the hip and has the,
yeah, I see them.
Hey, wait a second. What about one of those big purses?
Keep on getting together. Keep on having your fun.
Why don't you get her a dishwasher?
She's already got one.
Let's think a little loud.
Keep on drinking your X, cause keeps on tasting great.
Face off inside the New York line. The Islanders 3, the Rangers 2. At the line, Rangers keeping it in. There's a high shot. It came off the stick of Lindemann. Right in front it comes. Now Conacher around the net, trying to center it out. This line has scored one of the 2 goals for the New York Rangers. However, the Islanders breaking out on the left side. Big Tonelli makes that move to the left, still has it. One hand on the stick, rebound, and it's grabbed off by Laidlaw. And down on the ice with the right pipe coming off its mooring, it was Merrick and Tonelli on the ice. So the play is stopped.
I like that. The Gardens have here, they have short pipes. They don't have that foot long, so if a guy goes into it, he's dead. They only have them about 4 inches. I know it comes off a little more often, but what happens is it could save a guy's life. Eddie Meal from the International League. I'm going to get into that sometime about the International League, but just been great. Held him in there. He's been outshot. They've been outshot every game in the playoffs, and he's held them in there.
He came to the Rangers from Edmonton for Lance Nethery. The question is, where is Lance Nethery?
Probably here tonight. A lot of people are here tonight. I want to hear more about this International League from Graves. I'm curious now. We'll get to that.
Yes, even if we have to stay on the air after the hockey game. They fight for it. There's Lane going to stop it. Trumps the shot. Scores! The change direction. It was a high chopping shot. And you can feel the Rangers supporters beginning to sag in their emotional outpouring because it is now 4-2. There it is, Don.
Now watch Lane. All he did was he just wanted to lay it in there. As we say in the business, he just laid it in. Trottier tipped it in and away it came. He didn't try to drill it. There it is again. Just tip it in. You defensemen, just lay the puck in there. Lots will happen.
So the New York Rangers are behind by 2. The Islanders leading 4-2. Brent Sutter coming in. Here's the announcement. On the goal, Sutter will get the credit, I think.
Number 12, Wayne Sutter. Time of the goal, 8 minutes and 9 seconds.
Brian, could you recap that for us?
Brent Sutter got the goal, and they gave Dwayne Sutter 1 assist. I missed the second assist on it. We'll get that.
It has to be Lane, I would think.
Lane, yes.
So if the Islanders win this series tonight, it'll be their 14th consecutive series. No other team in the long and illustrious and exciting history of hockey has been able to do that. Going into tonight's game, the Islanders and the Canadiens tied with 13 consecutive series wins. That's a tremendous record.
I don't think you can give enough credit to Bill Torrey and Al Arbor for the work they've done there on the island.
He has done an outstanding job with that Islanders franchise. Now, Persson clearing it ahead to the scoring star of the night, Goring. He cleared it in there. 10 minutes and 55 seconds, the time remaining in regulation time. The Islanders 4 and the Rangers 2. Solid body check on Hedberg by Potvin. Now, working down on the left side, the Islanders, Goring. He will be terribly persistent in his checking right now. Coming back in, penalty coming up against the New York Islanders. This could be a big place. This would mean, I think, John, on this penalty, that the Rangers would just have to score on it.
They have to. This is a must, this power play.
With the score, the Islanders 4, the Rangers 2. This is Stanley Cup 83.
You'll never forget the time you shared that Polaroid instant picture.
Just 2 more weeks. Getting scared?
Hey, here comes the bride. And there goes my little girl.
Is that really me?
You can still change your mind.
Daddy, the thing is, he reminds me of you.
The sharing makes the memory sweeter.
He'll be here for dinner tonight.
Him too?
The new sun cameras from Polaroid.
Buffalo fans have jeered rookie Phil Housley in the Adams Division Final tonight. They are cheering his second goal of the night, and the Buffalo Sabres are up by 2. 5-3, less than 6 minutes to play.
So you saw the infraction by Potvin against Laidlaw. And the net result, Potvin in the penalty box. 4-2 for the Islanders over the Rangers. The Rangers on the power play into the center ice area. Long left wing pass goes to Fatorik. Fatorik along the boards. Cleared by Janssen. Hit a player. The Rangers keeping it in. Ruotsalainen. Back to Ruotsalainen. He winds up for the shot off Goring. Stick Goring is everywhere. And it went off his stick over the glass.
Danny, I was with him in Montreal, and that night he got traded to the Islanders. We were together, and he got on the phone, and he was calling L.A., and I know he was thinking, I wonder what's in store for me now, going from the Kings to the Islanders.
Well, what has been in store for him, all kinds of money, popularity, increase in hockey stature. He's been outstanding.
And probably a future in the game as a coach there someday. Who knows?
So there you see Bourne out there as a penalty killer. He's number 14. Hedberg working his way toward the corner against Morrow. Back to the line it goes. A fake shot, a dribbler. There's Pavlich clearing it in, and Morrow is going to send the Rangers back down the ice. What would you suggest they do on this power play, Mr. Cherry, in order for it to become productive?
The old story from the points, they have to get a guy in front.
Now they got the puck at the line, and darting in is Hedberg. He shoots it around the boards. Pavlich is on it. Back to the line it comes. Ruotsalainen takes the shot. It's blocked. They fight for it on the boards. At the line, here's McPhee. He takes a look. It goes to Pavlich. Into the side of the net. Hedberg is around the net. He centers it. Over on the other side, McPhee. Ruotsalainen, a bullet drive. Off the boards it goes. Into the corner, bounces Bourne, and he shoots it down the ice. The time remaining in the penalty, 30 seconds. 9:03 remaining in regulation time. The Islanders leading in the series 3-2. Leading in this hockey game, 4-2. Lane cleared it against Kleinendorf. Now, what has happened here?
The official went right into the bench, Danny. One of the linesmen went right into the Islander bench.
Rod Finn.
He's not supposed to be taking sides and joining any other team.
No. Well, they didn't let him stay.
He still blew the offside. They never lose their composure.
Boy, they do a great job, those fellas. Look at it now. Whoops and daisy. Accidental.
They just disappear but never lose their whistle.
He's okay. Ron's okay.
8:48. Time left in the third period. Striding back there, Persson. He bounces it down the ice.
What is murdering the power play is that they never get the draw. So Islanders get the draw, and it goes down the ice. And you have to have the draw to do anything. You got to get control of that puck on the power play.
Potvin has 7 seconds as Harper paces back and forth and is quiet, very unassuming way.
There goes Trottier out to take the draw. He always takes the draw. From here on in, he'll take every draw in his own end. And then he'll go right off. Right after they get the puck down, he'll go off.
Baker, number 6, who has been out rather infrequently for the New York Rangers, is on the left point. Kleinendorst on the other side. Fatorik, Johnstone, and the other forward will pick him up in a second. Fatorik clearing it over. Kleinendorst lost it, and it was knocked down the ice by Goring. Of course, the penalty has expired. That other forward for the Rangers is Don Maloney. Puck is cleared in there. It went to Smith off his teammate Lane. So with 8:22 left, they'll face off in Islanders territory.
Hockey Night in Canada will continue in a moment.
When CN says we're in business for Canada, we mean the whole country. In the West, for example, CN has begun doubling its main track. Where there is a single line now, there will be 2. Why? Because more efficient transportation of grain and other exports benefits every Canadian and helps to build a truly national economy. CN, in business for Canada.
Nystrom working it into New York Ranger territory. Chartrand clearing it, not out. Tonelli, a dribbling, weak shot. Mio had to make a play on it. Merrick trying to center it. Duguay slashes it, pinching in his lane. Now it's behind the net. Beck couldn't clear it. Tenacious work by the Islanders. Here's Lane again, a shot, and a ricochet off a leg to the wing. Persistent work by the New York Islanders. Their strategy, it's obvious. They lead by 2. Time running out in the period, in the series. Their strategy, keep the pressure on, keep the puck in the Rangers' zone.
They'll always have one guy back. Al never has 2 guys back. He always has one. You know, you can't say enough for Al Arbor, the number he's done with Billy Smith. Billy Smith's still aggressive, but he doesn't get his mind off the game now with those silly penalties, hooking guys, slashing guys. Guys are coming in on him, whereas 6 months ago, he'd be slashing them, taking stupid penalties. He's got him playing goalie, and that's the name of the game. And Billy, at the start of the season, I think was going a little nuts. I saw him in Buffalo, but Al's done a great job on him.
So it's the job of the coach to fashion the discipline at times for the players, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The New York Rangers, we mentioned that perhaps they lost a Stanley Cup. There is the scoring story. We'll recap that for you later. We mentioned they may have lost the Stanley Cup in 50 because of the circuits. I want to get back to that. They had to play every game on the road, 2 at Maple Leaf Gardens, 5 in Detroit, and they lost the series in the 7th game in overtime when Babando scored. So they have gone a long while between Stanley Cups, and unless they can make a big comeback here in the 3rd period, the Rangers will be finished for another year. But it's not over yet. However, the Islanders with pressure. Gilbert getting it back. There's a shot with all those players in front. A pile-up, and now turning is McClanahan ahead to Hedberg. Couldn't get anywhere against the on-rushing Morrow. The Rangers will try it again. Kleinendorf hits the line, right in there, a shot, they hit the goal post. Havlich with a bullet-blazing drive, hit the goal post. Oh, he'll be thinking of that one for many months if the Rangers do not come back to win this game. Over the line, Ruotsalainen clearing to Pavlich right in front, and running into the goal post and knocking it off its moorings. The New York Ranger player who was set up in front, that had to be Hedberg, but how about that shot?
Here it is again. He drops it back in the slot. He's all alone here. He's all alone. It's perfectly teed up. Oh, that's the one knock. I thought it was the shot.
That's Hedberg.
Hedberg getting knocked into the net.
Maybe we'll hear about the International League.
Well,
now.
like what I said, we got a little time. Eddie Mio is from the International League. Now, the Journal did a number on the players in the International League. Absolutely made them look terrible. I don't know who the turkey was. I never watch it. But there's eight goalies last year played in this league, in the National Hockey League, came from the International League. And a few of them, I'll name a few if you'd like. Palmatier, Meloche, Bannerman, and Pete Peters. 41 players come out of the International League, and I wish a guy like that would quit picking on people that live and work honestly.
Hey, Cherry, you're in great form tonight.
You bet.
Now, here's Potvin in front. Bossy Lodston. Is Cherry blossom time in New York?
Well, he hurt a lot of players back in Canada. I have a lot of friends, and that's not the way to be. They should leave sports to people know what's going on and stick to the news.
And here's a Cherry who is blossoming in an elegant fashion. There's a shot right on, taken by Keller. And it's over the glass. You know, the air here is just blue, and I don't mean the presence of your dog blue. That really upset you, didn't it?
Well, it did. You know, there's a lot of families. That is not, he had it said as, and I know it's an important game, and we're getting off the game, but he had it like it was dead-end city in that league, and he really hurt a lot of people in that. And you know, that's not fair for young guys coming out of the league. Like I said, 41 hockey players last year went into the National Hockey League, and Paul Matier and Peters and Neal are pretty good players.
Well, hey, look at Buffalo ahead 5-3. Goal by Housley.
Prolonging the agony.
You don't think they have a chance? Here's Morrow shooting it. Scores! And that, I think, would just about do it and seal the fate of the Rangers. They're behind now 5-2 with 5:51 left.
He was not ready. Eddie Neal was not ready. Can you believe that? We're just saying how great he's played. Now watch this. He's not ready for some reason. There's that pass up the middle that I talked about. Big. He should have had that one. Do not pass that puck up the middle. You see that in juvenile hockey. Never up the middle. Watch that. He just lays it in there again. It's a sticking in. He's not ready for it.
So 5:42 left. 5-2 for the Islanders. Here's the announcement on the goal.
Morrow is first in the current Stanley League competition, but fifth in his career. It's an unassisted goal.
Here come the Rangers. Anderson, a shot and an enormous save by Smith.
You asked me why he's the money goaltender. Very fair. Looked like he was asleep all season, and now he's awake now. Now watch this. He's there. Guys can take extra chances. Again, it hits a stick, but he's ready.
When you're good, you're often lucky. When he can't get them, as Pavlich's shot, he was beaten on it and hit the goal post.
Hey, it would have been 4-3, a different game.
Rangers with everybody up. Now from the face-off. Pearson to the other side to Bourne. Rangers hustling in there. That has been their hallmark throughout the entire set of playoff games. They've been hustling all the way. But this time, it may be insurmountable, unconquerable perhaps, the task at hand. McClanahan going in. It rolls into Smith. Less than 5 minutes remaining, 5-2. The Islanders leading the Rangers.
Now we'll see how to check. Herb Brooks, he's going to throw the caution to the wind, as they say. There's not much he can do. We'll show you how to check. Back, back, back. And they say, why do the Islanders win? They've got 7 guys. There's Al Arbour. 7 guys with over 100 games in the playoffs, so including Al Arbour. He's been here before.
Al Arbour, 24 years in hockey, 12 years as a player with St. Louis, Detroit, Toronto, and Chicago.
And Rochester.
And Rochester. Okay, I'll get back to that. Was that in your time?
Yeah, that's where I sat on the bench watching.
And, of course, he's been a coach for 12 seasons. Got his baptism of fire when Scotty Bowman was in St. Louis.
Yeah, the owners there said that they had a meeting and said that Al Arbour will never be a leader. That was in the meeting, and Scotty told him in so uncertain terms about that.
Yeah, these people are no longer associated with hockey, are they?
Nope.
Now the Islanders coming into the center ice area. Sutter over to Bourne, and it's called on the offside. And relentlessly, the seconds tick off. 4:44, and again in resplendent attire. In another Stanley Cup color capacity, Don Cherry. There's the final. Buffalo, 5-3.
It means so much to get Trottier back. I'll tell you, it's not so much. He's out there limping around. He's not in shape right now. You see him puffing. He got those penalties because he couldn't. Just having him on the bench, in the dressing room, it does something to you when you have a guy like that around.
Along the boards. It's off Goring's stick. He was checked back in for Janssen. That's Vittori forechecking. Along with Leninen. Morrow, it was he who got that last goal. There's Morrow again, losing it, and it goes right into Smith. He was very alert there. He saw that it might come off the stick of John Stone. Now the Islanders coming down and pass over on the other side. Neal clearing it away from Keller. In on the boards. John Stone, he lost it to Goring, giving it to Bossy. Without a doubt, Goring has been outstanding both ways in this hockey game tonight. Now the Islanders clearing it in. 3 minutes and 55 seconds, the time remaining in regulation time. Here's Bossy over on the other side. It goes. Tonelli takes a look. Tonelli flipped it in front, and it went by everybody. Goring was being checked in front of the net. Now the Rangers broken up at the Islanders line. Fancy work by Johnson. He lost it to Lennonen. Now turning. That's Morrow to the other side. Tonelli clearing it out. And this team, the Islanders team, with their great experience, when they get a lead done, they are very difficult to break down in their checking. Live from Madison Square Garden, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
At Ford of Canada, our employees have a lot to say about quality.
High technology and highly trained people make for job one quality.
We all do our best because we know only our best will do.
I know the guys that built these engines, and when we ship them across North America, I know the people are getting the best.
Quality is job one at Ford.
Better and better. See what we've done at Ford. Quality is job one.
We told you that it was an emotional series, and a fan there with tears for the Rangers as their demise is being smartly fashioned here by the Islanders, their arch rivals. 3 minutes and 10 seconds, the time left in regulation time. 5-2, Islanders over the Rangers. Rangers can't get anywhere at center, and the Islanders pump it back in there with Nystrom moving in. Duguay, who has been in fine form for the Rangers tonight. He cleared it out. Now the Islanders back in over the line. It's played back. Pearson giving it to Nystrom. He couldn't pick it up. 3 Rangers. A wave at center. In over the line. There's the pass to Duguay. He was on his wrong wing. He had all kinds of difficulty picking it up. Nystrom has it at center. Nystrom feeding it in. And Arbor is making changes. And they're beginning to empty the garden. Capacity crowd of over 17,000 on hand. Now there's Ford shooting it. He hit the goalpost dead on. He had Neal beaten. Let's see. A tripping penalty coming up. So with 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, the New York Islanders are being penalized. 5-2, they lead in the hockey game, and the penalty is going to Brent Sutter.
Great shot there. They can hammer up right on the inside. And there's the trip.
Of the Islanders, Brent Sutter. That's 2 minutes for tripping, number 21.
Al Arbor, he's rested Trottier, hasn't been back on since they got 5th goal. There goes the timeout for Rangers.
You seem very confident about the outcome of the 7th game between Buffalo and Boston on Sunday night.
Yes.
Is this a result of your hockey knowledge or your great love for the Bruins? In other words, are you being objective?
Well, I saw the last game that Buffalo played in Boston, and they didn't even touch the puck the whole time. Of course, now when it switches back to Boston, all the pressure is on the Bruins because, you know, when you're tied like that going back in, they're not even supposed to be there.
But you can't tell from game to game. Take Calgary. They were bombed 10-2 by that great Edmonton team. And they came back and played a splendid game to win 6-5 the next game.
Let me tell you something about Edmonton I was proud of. The score was 6-2. They were going home was 3-0. Could have quit, you know, we got them there. Those guys worked harder when they were behind than when they were ahead. That's a sign of a winner to me.
So the Rangers on the power play. Back in their own zone at the line. Through Otsalainen. Clearing it to the other side. The pass missed Maloney down the ice. This could be icing, something that the Rangers do not want. And in the process of going to the bench for a 6th attacker was Mio, but now he goes back into the net.
Sometimes when you're ahead like this and you get a penalty in the last 2 minutes, a lot of people say it's better. You can just stay back, ice the puck every time. Well, this guy has certainly earned a contract. He's on his option year, like I said. What a time to come up with a playoffs like this.
That penalty for tripping Brent Sutter, the time, 17:52. There's Hedberg. Havlich back into the corner, forechecking the Islanders. Bourne is up there forechecking. So is Carroll. However, the Rangers lug it into Islanders territory. Ruotsalainen to Don Maloney over on the other side. Ruotsalainen clearing it back in there, and it's grabbed off by Carroll, and he shot it into the center ice area. 5-2. For the New York Islanders, they are on the verge of clinching their 14th consecutive playoff series, a record. Hedberg speeding around the net. He's going to get set to pass it, I think, back to the line. Ruotsalainen, a shot from the other side, and that was shot from the short side by Schmidt.
This is the last play of the third
Lennon it into the corner. Lennon and Ruotsalainen on the points. However, the Islanders shooting it down the ice, the open net, and they miss. And it's Hedberg. Of course, the Islanders short-handed can shoot it down the ice. Now the Rangers coming back in over the line. Ruotsalainen at the side. Rangers pile up in front. Duguay strides frantically to keep it in, and he couldn't. Now Duguay forced back to the line. Scoring, clearing it. Hossan shooting it. And the goalie was Duguay. It went off him over the glass, and it's just academic now, 27 seconds. And the Islander fans are applauding the Islanders, and now the Rangers fans remaining are giving the Rangers a hand for an outstanding playoff series in 1983.
Absolutely. Let's face it, I got to be honest, the best team won. I think they would have won anyhow, but they had an awful lot of injuries. Some of their injuries are unbelievable. Rogers, their leading goal scorer. Greshner is back. Allison out. Patoric did come back. Maloney, groin, and you just can't have injuries like that in the playoffs and expect to win off the Islanders.
That is Goring on the boards in front of the Islanders bench. It's cleared down the ice. Neal back in the goal. 10 seconds remaining. Now Goring stopping it at the line. Here's Patoric, the last rush of the season for the Rangers. There's a shot, and it's cleared down the ice. The series is over. The Islanders winning in 6 games. The first victory on the road in this series.
When they had to, like I said, the best team won. But looks like Neal's out there crying, but he did a great job. Should get a good contract next year. They're over-congratulating him. Billy Smith comes through again. Good little goalie. Shaking hands now as they go by. The Islanders just have that something. You know, the score was close. You could see they were grinding it out, grinding it out.
44, Rangers 30. And nearly 3 stars in tonight's game.
And so the tradition of handshaking takes place through the center ice area. The Islanders will go on to meet the winner of the Boston Buffalo series. And of course the losers, the New York Rangers, will take a heavy heart from this garden tonight, but they'll also take a heart that has the satisfaction of knowing that under great adversity and against great odds, they put up a noble struggle against the superior hockey team.
Absolutely. Eddie Neal just played great, and I noticed all the players on the Islanders gave a special pat in the back to him.
Final score here was 5-2. The shots on goal were 44-30 for the Islanders. There we see Lane, and now here's Brian McFarland.
Well done, Danny. There the Rangers go dejectedly into their dressing room, and we give you the 3 stars of tonight's hockey game. Number 1 star was Butch Goring, just magnificent for the Islanders tonight, 2 goals and 1 assist. Wearing that helmet he's worn since he was a pee-wee hockey player. He's got more coats of paint on it than one of Don Cherry's old used cars he used to sell in Rochester. He was #1 star. Nystrom was the #2 star tonight. Another big game for Nystrom. And Eddie Mio, who was so gallant in defeat, earned star #3. This is Stanley Cup 83 on CBC.
When you buy something from Canadian Tire, it's not the end of our relationship, it's the beginning. Because we know there's more to a good value than just a good price. So we stand behind our products to make sure they do what they're supposed to, for as long as they're supposed to. At Canadian Tire, we'll be there when you need us.
Night. Night.
Good night. Night. Another reason why there's a lot more to Canadian Tire than tire.
WD-40, WD-40.
WD-40? Best tool I have. Great stuff.
WD-40.
Love it. I can fix things around the house I wouldn't even try before. It really works.
WD-40.
Listen, I use it on the car, the boat, the camper. I wouldn't start without it. What's it for? What do you have that sticks or squeaks?
Sticks or squeaks? What do you have that sticks or squeaks? WD-40. Pick up a can at your favorite store. Try it.
WD-40.
First period tonight, Ron Duguay got things rolling for the Rangers. Second goal of the playoffs at 12:44, and the shots on goal in that first period, Islanders 18, the Rangers 7. Then in the second period, the Islanders came to life. Donnelly scored his 5th at 4:02, then Goring, his first of the hockey game at 5:03. Lennon came back at 9:31 for the Rangers, tied at 2 after 2 periods of play. 14-10 the shots on goal, Islanders ahead. Then in the third, Goring got his 2nd of the night at 5:21. Brent Sutter, his 4th at 8:09, and Morrow wrapped it up, his first of the playoffs at 14:09. The total shots on goal, the Islanders peppered Eddie Mio 44-30 favor of the Islanders. Now, on Stanley Cup update, let's go to Dave Hodge.
The Islanders now wait as their foe for the Prince of Wales Conference title will be determined on Sunday night in the 7th game at the Boston Garden. The Buffalo Sabres forcing that 7th game by defeating the Boston Bruins 5-3 tonight. Buffalo bouncing back from a 9-0 shellacking in game number 5. Their hero, a youngster named Phil Housley.
Our guest now is the first star of the game, Phil Housley, who played a tremendous game, got the first Buffalo goal, and got the insurance goal. Would you say, Phil, that those were the 2 most important goals in your career?
I would have to say so. Every game that's in the past is in the past, and this is where it's at right now. And fortunately, I got 2 goals, and I think the team got their act together and played a good, solid game.
It was a very solid game, but it was a very difficult, very physical game.
Well, when we get together and play Boston, you always have to expect it's going to be a physical game. We're sort of rivals, and I'm glad it went to the 7th game tonight, but it's not over yet.
I interviewed your coach, Scotty Bowman, before the game, and he said that he had to neutralize Middleton's line, which you did with great success tonight.
Well, they've been scoring on us most of the time. I think they got most of their points on the team. I think there's only 4 or 5 guys that have gotten points, and if we just shut down on those guys and play tight defensively and we capitalize on our chances, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning.
And you're playing the 7th game, of course, in Boston. That won't be easy, but you think you can do it, huh? The way you played tonight, all of you.
It's always a big feat going to Boston Garden. It's really tough to play in there, but I think we proved that we can beat in there. We beat them in the first game, so I don't think either team's going to lose. I think both teams are going to give it a solid effort.
Well, Phil Housley, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and good luck. This is Richard Garneau reporting from Buffalo.
And thanks to our colleague from La Soirée de Hockey, Richard Garneau. 7th game at the Boston Garden for the Adams Division Championship. That's the way it was last season, and Boston was beaten by Quebec. Maybe that'll be on the minds of the Boston Bruins. Now let's return to Madison Square Garden.
So the Smurfs of New York can now get ready to spend a summer at the beach as the Rangers are out of the playoffs now, having lost 5-2 to the Islanders here tonight. The Islanders, powerful hockey club, defending that Stanley Cup. Now they look to see what happens Sunday night, Buffalo and Boston, where Middleton is playing such spectacular hockey for the Bruins, and the young kids of Buffalo coming on and forcing the 7th game there. So the Islanders tonight defeat the New York Rangers and the Smurfs 5-2. Goring, Nystrom, and Mio were the 3 stars of the hockey game. And we look ahead to Sunday night as well, when we will bring you the Chicago Blackhawks, still in the playoff hunt for the Stanley Cup, and the Edmonton Oilers. That should be a dandy series. And now, this is Brian McFarland bidding good night, everybody, for Stanley Cup 83 from New York City.
Live on CBC, Hockey Night in Canada, brought to you by Molson, bringing you the finest in hockey broadcasting for 25 years. Canadian Tire. There's more to Canadian Tire than tires. Canadian National, in business for Canada. Esso, responding to your needs makes us better. You make us better. And by Ford of Canada. At Ford, quality is job one, right down the line. By copyright, and is intended solely for the entertainment and enjoyment of the viewing audience. Reproduction by any means, in whole or in part, without the express written permission of Hockey Night in Canada, is prohibited.
This is Barry Peterson of the Boston Bruins, inviting you to join us Sunday night for our next Stanley Cup playoff telecast right here on CBC. Don't miss any of the action. Be sure to check your local television listings for the start time in your area of Canada.
This is CBC,